Your nuts. Offer more than just your nuts. More than just your nuts. More than just your nuts.
That'll be enough.
Hey, everybody! It's us. You're here. Hello. It's time for another episode of Pathfinder Heroic Endeavors, and that means we're gonna play some Pathfinder. We're gonna give away some stuff. Lamar's gonna laugh and laugh and laugh. He's a silly boy.
I'm the silliest.
He's so silly.
I'm sorry.
I mentioned giveaways, and tonight we have a real doozy. Pathfinder beginner box, as always, because y'all need a Pathfinder beginner box. Everybody needs a Pathfinder beginner box. It's an amazing thing to both teach and to learn Pathfinder. So we're giving away one of those. The second thing we're giving away tonight is a little bundle. The Kingmaker bundle. We have both the Kingmaker Adventure Path that is going out to you and the Kingmaker the campaign guide that is going out there. So that is a little bundle that you'll get. Those are digital prizes. And if you want to know how to win them, you just use the exclamation point giveaway command in chat. And that's going to give you all the info you need to enter those giveaways. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a good time. Tonight is our finale for the season, so we won't see you next Tuesday or any other Tuesdays this year, but hopefully in the future we'll be back with more awesome Pathfinder goodness. We will be giving you updates on all of that as we move forward. We just don't know what 2023 is going to bring for us. So we're going to enjoy tonight, and we are going to keep you guys updated in the future about what we're doing for more Pathfinder adventures. But for tonight, let's just focus on what we're doing here and who's hanging out with us. Tonight, we have returning stars, Lamar Harris.
Hello.
We all know and love. Erica Fermina, who's been with us and we greatly enjoy. But then across the table, we have some new faces, at least to Pathfinder Heroic Endeavors. First up, Tana Brisbane. Brizzy, as you know her online. She's joining us for the first time this evening, and we are super excited to play with her. And then somebody who I have played with on stream before, but has never been on Heroic Endeavors. It's Dana. It's my wife. She's come to play games with me, and she has brought all the clownish goodness. Look at this costume. She's decided to cosplay to the max. We love it.
I did.
We're super excited. That's enough from me. Let's tune into chat and see what you all have to say about tonight's adventure.
Let me get my glasses ready.
Yep.
And,
Make Lamar read all the comments through his phone.
oh, I hate all of you.
Lemon says, who is hyped for the season finale? I am. Me. I'm hyped.
Absolutely no one.
No.
We did see a few new followers since we started streaming. Thank you for following us. Artificial Paizo, thank you for the follows.
Wow, I recognize like 4 of these people. This is exciting.
Well,
They probably showed up just for you.
Yes, call them out and read what they
Hi,
said.
Gilded Horseman. Hello. Hi, Jared. Hi,
Hey.
Eric. Hi, Jesse. Hi, everybody.
JD Hood 92 said we need people to mess with Jim tonight.
I feel like that
let's
happens
go.
a lot. Every time we start the game, everybody's like, let's mess with Jim. Let's make characters that mess with Jim. Let's harass Jim. I feel like I've been nothing but nice to all of you out there, and you just want me to be bothered all the time. And I don't understand it.
Because it's the funnest thing we do.
Maybe it's just too much fun to bother me, I guess.
Very much so.
The real gobshite, who is Jared, is out there. And he's sadly not with us in studio tonight. But he is running things from the tech side. He is pulling it together from home, and we appreciate him for it. He's saying, of all the groups of adventurers on PHE, a TPK of this group would be the saddest.
Oh, no.
So, yeah.
Don't you put that on us, Jared.
What
Don't you
he's
put that
saying
curse on us, boy.
is that I could get the most emotional impact out of killing all of you tonight. So,
And
you
look
know,
at
let's just
the real
consider that for the
POTUS.
drama.
The real POTUS 98. I've been waiting 6 years to watch Data destroy Jim in a game. So maybe
That's
this
true.
is it.
Last time you were on the stream with us, you ruined my monsters.
While I was laying down, I think,
Yeah.
after a nap.
Yeah, you just kind of
I'm
woke
still-
up and were like, bing, bing, bing. Yeah, it was embarrassing for the enemies, really,
Ew.
truly.
Hey, Lamar. Gabe wants to know if Barry still wants to eat people.
Barry, it's not that Barry wants to eat people. Barry will eat who's available. And if it happens to be people, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's all about what they want. If they learn to not mess with Barry, Barry won't mess with them, Jim.
So it's self-defense eating, is what you're saying.
An equal opportunity.
Yeah, most of the time, self-defense.
Sure. Okay. Real Gobshite wants to know, can I win things, Jim? I really want the Kingmaker AP. I was like, Jared, we have it. We have it. It's over there on the shelf. You can pick it up and you can read it anytime you want. So no, you can't win anything, Jared. Sorry.
What if I get on the chat on my phone and I enter?
Look,
Do it.
we know some people at Paizo. If you want the Kingmaker, just, we'll figure it out.
Made a king.
Gabriel says, "I'm sad the season finale is going. I'm sad it's the season finale. Going to miss watching you all on Tuesdays."
It's always bittersweet. It's always exciting to have a finale and do some big stuff and go out with a bang. But then it's always sad because the next Tuesday rolls around and you're like, no game. No game.
It's much sad.
It's okay. The next Tuesday is the Tuesday between Christmas and New Year's, so you're just gonna be like sleeping.
You were going to be
anyways.
too busy. You were going to be here anyway. You're too busy with your families and your holidays.
I'm just gonna come to the studio anyway and just sit here and
Just
wait for
hang
something
out.
to happen.
Sit at the table.
Just sit at the table, was like,
Oh,
I,
The question will be, how will you get in the studio? Because it'll be locked up.
I'll figure it
What are
out.
you going to...
I have my ways.
Okay, all right.
It's gonna use bear.
I'm gonna find a Californian bear and figure out.
Figure it out. Lynn wants to know, was it self-defense when he ate the berries?
No, it was not self-defense, but they're just berries.
They were becoming self-aware.
They
were
were
learning
berries.
about the
They
world
were
from
fruits.
Olive.
They were not. Barry didn't know that. Barry didn't know that. Barry just saw a fruit leshy thing talking to berries. It was like, "This is my favorite fruit. I'm going to eat it."
It was at the the moment before Barry ate them, they had just learned about the concept of pain, and then they felt it and were killed immediately. So I hope you're proud.
You know what? I am.
At least it was very delicious.
Jared says you made Olive cry, Lamar.
Look, it's not the first. It's not the last, and it won't be the only.
No. All right, that's look, we got 5 more seconds. We're out of comments. It's 6 o'clock. It's Tuesday night. It's time for Pathfinder Heroic Endeavors. Yay! It's not often that you are called in the middle of the night to HEI headquarters, but the fact that you were means that something quite extraordinary is happening. And in your line of work, that is saying something. Kanshaka, when you come in through the front door, the night security guard didn't even ask you to check Barry into the Care Bear Bear Care Center. He just waves you right through into the conference room. When you arrive, it appears as though you are the first. The room is empty, except for what looks like a discarded child's toy on top of the table. As soon as you step into the room, though, this toy begins to move of its own accord. Brizzy, who is on the table? Tell us about your character for this evening.
on the table is a small, stringless, wooden marionette of a girl, blonde, curly ringlets and bangs, wearing a fairly tattered, semi-scorched pink dress with lots of bows and white frills and a collar and a matching pink bonnet. Her face is painted with a little red triangle nose and little red circle cheeks and a big red smile. And she has big black buttons for eyes. And they start to glow a little as you see her. And she just pops up. Hello.
Hi. Sentient.
Yes,
Hello. My name is.
you are also sentient, yes?
Yes, I have thoughts and feelings. Hi, my name is Khan Shaka from the Shaka Khan. I like bears. This is Barry, my bear.
Oh, hello, Barry. I am Jolie. She goes to shake Bear's hand.
Barry shakes your hand. Hi, Julie. You're part of HEI, yes?
I suppose you could say that.
Okay. Well, I will process this because that is scary.
Are you
Me scared?
part of...
Oh yes, I am. Yeah, I've been doing HEI for quite a while. I'm not a hero, but I'm very good at making money.
Okay, that is to be admired.
Yes. Yes. Normally it's just like a group of 4, so there's like 2 more people who's supposed to come. But also this is very late, and normally it's like a 9 to 5 type of job, or we get like per diems for like multiple days. But this is the first time it's been at night.
Oh, do you not like the night?
I don't like not getting sleep. As you can see, I'm a human. I'm not like one of the cool ones that like don't really need to sleep, but they do it for 4 hours, or like my reptilian friends that like hibernate. Nope, that's Barry. I'm not good at this. I like bears, but not many other animals.
Okay.
That is the correct response.
At about that time, one of your lizard folk friends appears in the doorway. Erica, who do we see?
Approaching the doorway is a green alligator lizard folk. She is wearing a pea coat and some striped pajamas because when she gets a call, she doesn't waste any time. And standing full height, she's probably about 5'3", but if she laid down on the ground nose to tail, about 9 feet long. She just saunters in pretty slowly.
Hi.
Hello.
Ah.
Hello.
How do you do? Good evening. Welcome.
She rubs her eye. You're alive.
Yes, you are as well. Correct?
Yes.
I am Jolie. Nice to meet you.
I'm Vivian Verte, and should take your puppet hand in her claw and give it a shake. Hi.
Hi, Vivian. I'm Khan Shaka from the Shaka Khan, and this is Barry. He's a bear who likes berries. It's very late.
It is. I did not bother getting dressed. Maybe I should have. I didn't really know what to expect at this hour.
You appear dressed to me.
Looks down at her pajamas. I'm clothed. You know?
Don't look at Khan. He's wearing a beat-up white shirt and like pants that barely are like fully not tattered, and wears like he has like mittens that are like bear claws, and he wears like little footies that are like bare feet, and he's like a little headband with little bear ears on it.
Is this what he usually wears, or is this like his nightwear?
This is what he always wears.
Okay, good to know.
The bear ears are on his like ID for heroic endeavor.
This is Khan Shaka in his natural state at all times.
This is just
Well, coming in through the door a little bit later is another scaly lizard-like creature, much smaller, and is followed by the 4th member of your team, Dana, who enters the room last.
Penny, the dancing clown. And my awesome little pet, Georgie, who is following behind. He is also a little dinosaur. Very cute. I actually have just come here from the circus. I got a late night notification saying I needed to be here. So I just finished a very amazing circus gig performance, which was very successful.
It's not unknown for some heroes to sort of moonlight HEI jobs, but they actually have their own full-time day job. And apparently, Penny's is she's a circus performer by day.
That's why I look
Adventurer
like
by
this. I just came from my performance.
Oh, hello. I recognize you.
Oh, you do?
Yes, hello. I am Jolie. I've seen you perform. It is wonderful.
Oh, I'm so glad. My name is Penny.
Jolie.
Nice to meet you.
So, Tanchaka sees lizard folk, and talking puppet at a little 12
Well,
o'clock at night.
Penny is a human.
Oh, thank
She's
Yeah,
accompanied by
Oh,
a small
okay.
dinosaur.
That good. Now sanity's no longer over the cliff. Gotcha.
Right now, it makes more sense that she just has a dinosaur.
Yeah, okay,
That's
what-
normal.
Yeah, I'll get it now. Jeez.
So as you're all getting acquainted with one another, you finish your introductions, and one of HEI's top supervisors, an old man named Reginald, sweeps into the room. He's looking very haggard and grim, and you can see that perhaps he was awakened from quite suddenly, as were some of you. He just gets up next to at the front of the table. He flops down this folder in front of him. He says, "We've got a problem. In the vaults, as some of you might know, HEI stores and catalogs a number of powerful artifacts for safekeeping. Our relic librarian, Cassio Duval, was on her rounds in the vault this morning and has not returned. We have been able to determine that she was in the restricted access wing for dangerous and unpredictable relics. Safety protocol dictates that after someone goes missing in the restricted access wing for dangerous and unpredictable relics for more than 4 hours, we send in a team of licensed heroes to go in after them, determine what has happened, and deal with anything that might have gone wrong. That's you for, and that is why you were summoned on such short notice at this late hour. We need you to go into the restricted access area in the vault, find Miss Cassio Duval, ensure her safety, and get her out of there. If anything has happened that might be the reason that she has not returned, you'll have to deal with it. We unfortunately have no idea what happened, or if anything. You should be aware that the restricted access wing houses a vast number of dangerous, cursed, and unpredictable items. You should not touch anything while you are there. Find Miss Duval, bring her safely out of the vault, and you can all go home.
I have a question.
Yes, of course.
How do we avoid touching, say, the floor?
The floor is safe, the wall, the vault is okay. Don't touch anything on display in the vault.
Doorknobs?
The doors should be fine.
Light switches? Buttons?
Light should be accounted for unless something is interfering with the lights.
Oh,
It should not be dark in there.
all right.
Anyone else?
It seems pretty straightforward to me, but
I just
Nothing.
hope that it is.
things very rarely are. So I think we better go assess and see what we can do from there.
Mr. Shaka, you look confused.
It's not confusion, it's concern. I've been doing a lot of HEI work, and I know things that are down there. Items, relics, possible friends. I'm a little nervous, but it's fine. It's good. Everything's fine.
Keep that sense of nervousness and harness it into caution, and you'll do just fine. I have no doubt. Again, just don't touch anything, especially if you don't know what it is. Except for doorknobs and the walls and the floor, that should be fine. That should be fine. Yes, we took care of them. Yes, should be fine.
Very comforting.
Very good. You can head down to the vault when you're ready.
Yeah, my new friend, how tall is Julie?
Maybe close to 2 feet?
Would you like to ride Barry?
Oh, but of course! She just, she like, sometimes when she's excited, she just crawls. So she'll just crawl over and then climb up.
I was gonna, I know, don't worry about that. Okay, no, it's fine. Barry does not freak out. He has no harness. He's just a bear, but you can grab him to his stuff. Past the point of no return?
It seems like it.
Okay.
You said you know things that are down in the vault. Is there anything especially concerning we should know about?
Especially concerning? No. Many things that could possibly be down there that's concerning, yes.
I would say that if you are curious about what you might know about what's down there, anybody who wants could make an Arcana or Occultism check and just see if you happen to know anything that HEI keeps down in the vault.
Oh, I can absolutely do an occultism check. That is a 32.
32.
Jesus.
You are aware, some months ago, there was a hot button item that was taken down there, a book that was said to be, had unknown effects. All that you know is that another licensee read from it and was like in a coma-like state for like a full week before, and they have no memory of what was in the book or anything that happened after they opened it. You know that there is a painting that is said to be able to reflect anything that is happening in front of it, and it can show past events. And some people say that it is possible for it to show future events, but anybody who has attempted to try to make it show a future event has suffered very serious mental consequences for doing so. So it has simply been abandoned in the vault. Nobody will go near it or touch it. You know that there are several helpful items. Like there are a number of wands that are kept on hand just in case, sometimes you can requisition special supplies. And so some of the things down there aren't necessarily dangerous. They're just like regular mundane magical items that if you need for like a specialized job, they might send you out with a rod of healing or something that you might need. There's all kinds of helpful things down there. But you do know that if you're going into the restricted wing, there's probably some weird things. Not all of it's strictly like dangerous or cursed. Some of it's just weird and they don't know what it does. So they just put it behind as many barriers as they can in case it's dangerous.
It might be safest if we just avoid reading books. If there's any thing that looks like a painting or a mirror or anything that might have a tarp put over it, we might not want to look under tarps or anything like that.
Don't touch anything.
Don't, just to be safe.
Except for the ground and doors and knobs.
Anything that you wouldn't normally touch, I assume. Like doorknobs and things, but
All right.
museum rules.
As long as these things do not move and try to touch us, I think it'll be so easy.
Right. Well, time to hit the old dusty trail. And,
Barry, do you speak common?
Barry doesn't speak common as far. He understands like a lot of simple commands that you give him, but
he's a very smart pet. But still
Can you understand me?
you can make a nature check. See if Barry responds to you.
18?
What's Barry's will DC? Just 10
12.
plus his 12? Okay, yeah. I mean, Barry both accepts your presence. Obviously wasn't startled when you like spider crawled onto him. And then as you're talking to him, like, yeah, he kind of like looks back and he acknowledges you, just sort of like gives this weird like chuffing sound and then turns back. And he's mostly paying attention to Kanshaka, but you can tell that, yeah, he sort of understands what's going on around him and you.
Oh, you are a very smart bear.
He is. He's the smartest bear I know. We will be smart enough to go down to this basement. Hopefully, he doesn't become sentient, like super sentient. Like he's alive, but he's not. He's still a bear, which are like the best things in the world. Like I want to be a bear. Like that's what I'm like.
So that's what the outfit's about.
What outfit?
Never mind. Nothing. Are we there yet?
Yes, shouldn't have been imaginary walking through the building the whole time. That's all good. You do arrive. You see that the vaults down in the basement, there is literally like this big giant vault door. And before that, there is like this check-in station. At this check-in station, you see this middle-aged woman with big, thick glasses who sits at the desk. And she's sort of like, she looks like she's flipping through like a magazine or something until she notices that you all are coming. And then she, kind of just looks up at you over her glasses. She's, oh, there you are. You're the ones going after Miss Duval then. Really, that's good. That's good. I was real worried about her. Usually, she's very good at her job, and she was supposed to come out of there several hours ago. But here we are. I can tell you, it's going to be a little difficult getting in there. The security protocols have tripped, and the vault door is locked up. I can't get through it. So you're going to have to figure out a way to get through there. Because I can't, usually I can disable some of those on my end, but something must have gone wrong in there because I can't for the life of me override any of these things.
Well, who is in charge? Who controls it?
Well, usually that's me. But I check people in and out of the vault, and then I can let people in and out if I need to. But I got this button here, and she pushes the button a few times, and nothing happens to the door. Just, I don't know, it's fried or something, some kind of, I don't know.
So then what are we to do?
Looking at the vault door, it's just this big metal iron.
It's just a big, heavy door. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try to pull it.
Yeah, you want to try to brute force it? That's fine.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to try to help him brute force it?
I can help.
Okay. Are you going to have Barry assist you?
I will have Barry assist.
Okay. Anybody who wants to be involved in the pulling of the door, somebody will make the primary athletics check. Anybody who is helping will make an athletics check, and the helping DC is DC 20, and you'll give a bonus if you succeed.
Okay.
And the door is big enough that like you could all help, although obviously it might be a little difficult for the marionettes to give a lot of leverage.
With what I know about your characters, I probably should make the primary athletics check, but you guys still need to roll to see if you can help my AC boost.
Definitely gonna help. I'm not trained in athletics, but I'm kind of strong.
Sure, yeah, I mean-
athletic.
Are you
Doesn't
very
hurt to roll.
athletic too?
Oh wow, I got a 20 on the die. Jeez.
Natural 20.
Nat 20.
I got a dirty 20.
Hey,
so-
all right. Well, that's an assist from you. So that's a +1.
Makes
It's a
me
+2.
30.
That's a critical success. Is a +2 from Penny. So
plus
that's a
three?
total of a +3 on top of whatever you've got.
30.
30.
15 plus 12 plus 3.
You are yanking at the door, and Barry is yanking at the door, and it starts to give way, and you almost give up, and then Penny like digs in her heels and pulls really hard, and it starts to actually shift, and you are only able to open it enough that you feel like you could all safely squeeze inside, and then you've done it. Now, the problem is that as you're looking through, you are looking at a hallway, and it is lit in this red light. And you can see that along the ceiling, as you're looking up, there are these, like, occasionally, these softly glowing, just bobbing balls of red light going down this hallway. And there's no floor. It's just a bottomless pit. There's no floor for which to go down the hallway. At the end of the hallway, you see a door.
First thing, I would like to point out that just opening the door was the answer, and that's fantastic. Good congratulations.
Well, when you get such a
Congratulations
fantastic
to all of us.
result, that's what
That's
happens.
never the answer for these things. We're supposed to find some breaker box around the corner and just pull it, but opening the door worked.
It's an amazing brute force roll. You got to respect it sometimes,
True
you know?
Christmas miracle. Contract at this point. So they said we can touch the floor, but if there's no floor to touch, what do we do?
There must be a floor eventually. It's just very low.
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. That's another one of the security measures to prevent anything from getting out of the vault that's not supposed to, is the floor drops away. Again, I have a button usually that'll just ding, 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 but nothing's responding. And I think maybe my badge is broke or something. I don't know.
What's the difference between us and the door?
It's about 20 feet.
That's a jump.
You can make a perception check if you want. Anybody who's observing the area.
I would like to. I feel like I should, as an investigator, I think I have that thing. I can't remember what it's called, but where I can walk into a room.
Oh,
and
you just
see,
sort of like get
I can see like one weird thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I can't. I don't remember what it's called.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So what did you get?
20.
20. Okay. What did you end up with?
28.
28.
Perception.
Yeah.
20.
20.
I am going to. My eyes are going to glow a brighter gold. I'm casting light on myself.
Okay.
And look. I'm specifically looking down
Oh,
the
okay.
pit.
Yeah.
27.
27.
Good God.
You can see just at the edge of your light, there is a floor. You can tell that the drop would be pretty significant. You don't see anything on the floor. It's just a clean, straight floor that goes all the way across. Doesn't appear to be any ladders or any other specific way down. Although you do spot there's this like about halfway down on. So if you're looking straight down, about halfway between you and the floor, there is this like grate in the wall, maybe for like airflow or something. But as you are looking down there, you notice you could probably get in there if you could get the grate off. You'd have to climb down there, which would be, I don't know how difficult that might be for you, but if you could, you might be able to get in there and see if there's something like a duct or something that would take you somewhere. Penny, Vivian, and Kanshaka, as you're looking across, you can see they're actually, and you spot it first because you're thinking like, well, I kind of do this for a living. There is a very narrow strip of floor that would be ludicrous to try to shimmy across unless you were specifically trained for that kind of thing.
Huh. Look at that. A little tiny little narrow area that I could possibly shimmy across. So let's see if I can shimmy there.
You want to just try to shimmy?
1 second. As Kanshaka reaches into his bag and grabs a rope,
Oh,
wraps it around you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good
Thank
idea.
you so much for that.
No worries. So when you get across, you just kind of put that to something that we could go across. I don't know what Barry's gonna do, but he'll figure it out. He's a good bear.
I tell Georgie, hop on here. And Georgie's just hanging up on me.
Oh, so he's that tiny. He's a little tiny. He's a little tiny.
Guidance.
Oh, guidance is going to give you a +1 to this skill check.
All right.
So this is an acrobatics check to try to
Oh,
shimmy
wow,
across.
19 on the dice.
Oh,
Yeah, 19 plus 15 plus the guidance is
Yeah.
something.
So
35.
I'm Diana, no math.
as she starts to shimmy across, like deftly, just like almost like as easily as if she were walking, you start to get the sense that when she was thanking you for the rope, it was almost like a "that's cute." Because she's basically just like dancing across, and you get to the other side easily.
Nice.
You're now standing. There's a little bit of actual solid ground, and then there's a door, and you can see that on the wall there is like some kind of there's a lever on the wall, and it looks like there's like a key that would go into this panel just below the lever, and it's marked as like an emergency override.
There's a key.
But there's a keyhole.
A keyhole.
Yeah.
We don't have a key for this. Well,
Madame, do you have a key?
Oh, do you need the emergency? Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find that. And she starts shifting through this drawer in front of her, and it takes her a good long while.
Oh my
before,
goodness.
She comes up with like is this the one that you want? And she holds up this key, and like you don't know, but she just hands it to you. She's like, "This, yeah, that's the emergency override. I mean, mine isn't. My emergency override isn't working. But if the one in the air is working, then great, fantastic. That would be wonderful."
Are there any other pertinent keys we should have before we delve any deeper?
Oh, that should probably be it. I mean,
Alright. Okay, good to know. Just asking.
I don't think so. That should be fine.
All right, I will take this over to you. Off Barry at this point, and I'm just going to. Would it be at all easier to get across this little strip if I were like crawling?
If you were crawling, I would say that you would probably have a lower DC for it just because of your size. Like there's so I would say that, but crawling probably not.
Okay.
But like you would just have a lower DC because you're
Would
smaller.
that DC get lower if we had a rope going across it that they could?
Because we do.
Yeah, I mean you've got the rope you can use. You could if you wanted to literally just like crawl across the rope because she's got one tied to her and Kanshaka's got one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go across the rope.
Can you make an athletics check for me just for
Okay.
funsies? It's an easy DC because you're using the rope.
I'm gonna use my hero
Oh, well, hold on, because like it's. Oh, never mind. I looked at the die and I was like, okay, yeah, I get what you. Okay,
There's
yeah.
a natural one. Okay.
Okay.
I re-roll. Here you go.
Okay, yep. All right, so we use the first hero point of the evening.
Okay, 18 on the
Oh
die.
yeah, even with just that, you shimmy, you
Okay.
spider across, and you are now on the other side, and you have the key in your hand.
Here you go.
Present it to Penny.
You.
All right,
So I'm gonna try. And
all right,
see
you
if
put
it
the key
works.
in, and you turn, and it's just under this lever.
So I just pull the lever.
Pull the lever. Pull the lever, Penny. All right.
Jim,
There-
this is the wrong lever.
Why do we even have that?
You can be the alligator.
Oh my goodness.
There is this shuddering from down below in the pit, and very slowly, you with your lit up eyes, you can see that floor is rising.
Oh, fantastic.
And after about 30 or 40 seconds, it like clicks into place, and now there is a floor to walk across to get to the other side.
I was only
Awesome.
trying to figure out how
I'm
far
gonna
my bear
grab
could
off.
jump.
I'm gonna take the key and put it in my
right.
pocket, just
Take the
in
key-
case we
the
need
key.
it later.
Yeah. All
Good
right.
thinking.
I walk and take my
you.
rope back. Thank you.
I found the name of my feet, and it's called That's Odd.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the one. Yep.
That's
Yep.
fantastic.
Anyway.
Good teamwork, guys.
We did it.
You did it. And no one died. Step 1, complete. Step 2, another door.
You open the door.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Indeed. They opened the door. Huzzah!
That's the best timing I've ever seen.
You find yourselves in a simple like hub room. There are several doors and hallways that go off of this one. Each of them has like a gate that has come down over the door. There's one that is marked for weapons, one that is marked for scrolls and wands, one that is potions and alchemical items, and one is restricted access, no admittance without proper clearance. And this door is actually slightly ajar.
Of course it is.
Well, there we go. Shall we?
Yeah, we should definitely go to that.
Yeah, that's gonna be the one.
All right. You go through into the restricted access wing for dangerous and unpredictable relics, and you come into a large rectangular chamber that reminds you quite a lot. A hero point, excellent. So that puts one in the group pool.
We're going to do-
when there's a hero point in the group pool, anybody can use it, so you have access to it at any time if you need it, until it gets used up. Come into a room that reminds you of sort of like a museum exhibit. You see several pedestals that are protected by glass cases. One of those holds a simple empty bag. It's just like an empty knapsack. And there's a sign on the pedestal that says, "Beware of weasels." There's another that holds a shriveled little hand on a pillow. And there's a big sign on that one. And in angry, bold letters, it says, "Make no wish, request, or demand." On the wall, you see that painting that you remembered from earlier. And as you walk in front of the painting, you can see that it actually changes subtly to reflect you. Like you are in, it's a painting of the room that you're standing in. And when you walk in front of it, like you are now in the painting. and it changes as you guys move about, but it's like that like frame by frame animation, so it's not like smooth movement.
Hero point!
Hey, another hero point. That's 2 in the group pool.
We're going to.
So it doesn't show real time like smooth movement, but it sort of like shows the progression of events as you are moving around.
Hey guys, heck yeah!
Hey, another hero point.
Keep 'em
We
coming.
cannot die.
So
Finale.
that painting.
Yes.
You said it can show us things that happened in the past.
Yes, you recall that you heard that there were people that could tap into its power and reverse the images to see what it showed at any point.
But people only go crazy when
They tried to look into the future.
in the
That's the only time. That's the reason it was moved into this wing, because it was initially thought to be a purely beneficial thing when somebody decided to. Oh, another hero point! Oh my God. It was when somebody attempted to look into the future that bad things started happening.
You know, I remember something about this painting where it can show you the past if you can tap into it. So maybe it might be able to show us what's happened here so far.
Oh.
How does one
Oh my gosh, another hero point. That's the
making it
most
rain
hero points I've ever seen
We're
come
never
out
gonna
in
die.
one. You guys will live forever.
All we will do is succeed.
How does one tap into this?
I have no idea. I'm not the magic type.
If you wanted to attempt to sort of activate this item, to have it do what you want it to do, you do as Arcana or Occultism. So anybody who is trained in Arcana or Occultism could make the attempt.
That's not me.
I am trained in Arcana, and I also have a thing called Keen Recollection. Oh, but that's only if it's not my specialty. I'll just roll Arcana and see if I can.
All right, yeah, you just want to try to see what it can do. Anybody who wants, you could also assist in this. So if you
I'll
have
assist.
Arcana,
It's free.
you want to try to help her, you could try to make that DC 20
Never
check,
mind.
and then
But
if
you
you
gave me
succeed,
guidance?
Guidance.
Okay.
Jolie is basically going to assist by climbing up onto Barry and getting, at eye level with it and just staring half an inch away. Get
So
very,
mostly
very close.
the frame right now is just Barry and Jolie's face. What did we get for Arcana from Penny?
19.
19. Okay, so you just don't know what you're looking at. You're like, I don't know. But you don't mess anything up. I mean, you just don't give her a bonus.
22.
22, you are able to assist. Your concentration and efforts do assist in giving you an additional +1. And then, did you attempt anything on Shaka? Guidance. That's going to give you, so it's a +2 to your roll.
Okay, well, that will make it a 22.
22. You are trying to force the
23.
images to go back. You said 23?
Yes, I did my math wrong.
You are trying to force the images back in time, and you feel like you almost had it, and then there's this sound of a hero point clinking on the floor, and you're momentarily distracted, and you lose it. You know you were so close, but you lose your concentration at the last second.
Perhaps if you just touch it.
And just touch it.
Contact.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure we aren't supposed to touch anything, museum rules. But
Jolie touches it.
Jolie touches it.
Well, it was nice knowing you. Thank God we have so many hero points.
could I have used occultism instead?
Yes, I would have a lot of cultism. Do you want to?
Because that would have given me 2 more points. I'm higher in occultism than Arcana.
It would have.
Can I try again?
Chat. What do you think, Chat?
Chat, can I do it again?
I will say this because I liked Jolie's boldness.
Yeah.
And you are. They said you got. You guys just have all my hero. I don't have any more hero points to give out. Jolie, you touch the painting, and you recall something from your occult studies, and you shift your focus for just a moment. And Jolie, you get a sort of jolt that runs through your body as the spirit that inhabits the marionette somehow interacts with this object, and your mind is flooded with images of what happened prior. Your thought, it's like you can only think in images, and you think in this animation style, and it's all running backwards, and hours of time are dropped away, and you see figures walking through this room. You see a woman in a white coat with like a short blonde bob and glasses, and she's walking through, and she's leading the woman that you saw out in the lobby. They walk through the room, and then some time passes, and they walk back out of the room, and then some more time passes, and that same woman with the bob and the glasses walks through, and this time Reginald is following her. And then some time passes, and they pass back out of the room. And then the woman with the bob goes through one last time alone, and that is the last thing that happened in this room. There's some stretch of time, and then there's you guys.
And do I come back to myself?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh! Okay. That was helpful, but not helpful. I saw her come to with the security lady, and then they left. And then she went in with Reginald, and then they left. And then she went in by herself, and then we came.
Did she look concerned?
Her expression seemed
Make a
the
perception
same.
check. Let's see how much detail you're able to pull out.
No, 12.
We have 15
you
hero
know!
points.
Hero points!
So many hero points. You just basically pick a number.
Why not?
Yeah.
Can't take him with us.
Well, 15.
It's difficult to say. Like sometimes because it's still styled like a painting.
Yeah.
And like sometimes it's difficult to pick out those really fine details, and it was a little bit of a head rush, and so it's difficult to really recall precision details like that.
I'm not sure. It was a painting, you know?
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, I'm just thinking that, okay, so she went to go get the security lady to show what's going on, and then they went back. And they went to go Reginald, the guy in charge, and he went back, and then she went back. So,
Yes, that is what I said.
wouldn't both of them know what's going on then?
Perhaps.
Actually, they should both know what's going on.
And they didn't tell us?
Well,
What's
Reginald,
going on?
I think, if I remember, I'm not that smart, but I'm very wise. Reginald said he doesn't really know what happened.
Can I use message and target the security lady?
I think there's too
Directly.
much interference.
Okay.
You could like go back out into the main hub room and sort of but from where you are, there's a little bit too much stuff in between you and her.
Okay. Curious.
Well, we at least know what happened in this room.
She moved forward.
I suppose we still have to move forward. We still have to find her and make sure she's okay. And so far, you guys have done very well. You're much better than a lot of the other HEI people I've met. We've set things on fire before.
And I do believe that I
please
may have gotten caught up in
don't.
the description of the painting. Sorry, but when they were going through this room, they came in through the way that you entered. But there is another door. I don't know that I ever explicitly mentioned that.
Okay.
because I
Oh,
might have-
I figured about
there
it.
is another door out of this room. Yes.
Yeah.
There is a continue button, yes.
Yeah. Well, please don't do that. I don't do well with fire.
Oh, well, so far, you're a hero.
Hero point.
You'll be fine. I don't plan on setting anything on fire. As long as you're not like a zombie or undead creature, you should be fine.
I don't think so.
Maybe we just hold off on the fire until there's an actual threat that we should be concerned about.
Yes.
Even then, we might want to maybe think of other options before we go right to fire, but I guess it depends on if it's a controlled burn or if you're just Molotoving.
Depends on what's going on. Anyway,
Alright.
shall we continue?
Let's not do fire. Let's move on to the door.
So no fire,
No.
ever? Like
Preferably
When
no.
the time comes.
when the time comes?
This is a pretty enclosed space, and it might cause some issues.
Okay. Barry's normally okay with fire. He's seen it a lot, but teamwork. I've been told teamwork. Teamwork says no fire, so there will
Penny
be.
opens the door.
Yes.
Penny's like already at the door, like ready to move on. It's like, I don't care about this fire nonsense. Penny, you open that door and you see another short hallway. And there's a doorway, not a door, but there's like an opening. There's another room beyond. And as soon as you open that door, you hear this loud like clang of metal on metal. And then there is a few seconds pause, another loud clang. Make a perception check.
Hero point.
Here.
Alright, come on.
Metal box.
15, 11,
It
6.
It was on camera, but slightly off frame.
26. You also hear like a pained human groaning and coming from down there, like in between clangs. You also hear like underneath it, it's low, but there's like this. Oh.
Sounds like somebody is in pain further down.
We should probably get going then.
All right.
Do I see floor?
Yes, there is floor in this hallway.
Make sure before I go.
Yes.
Any
Is this
further?
check.
Is this hallway well lit?
Yeah, it's that same like bobbing red light.
Okay. Yeah.
Are your eyes still glowing?
Yes.
All right, perfect.
Barry, onward.
Yeah.
Barry moves onward. I mean, Barry's just trucking along. Who's heading down first? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I'm on Barry.
Well, you're on Barry, but I know that you were at the
Contract will
doorway,
always
so-
be
Oh,
behind
okay.
Barry.
What's that?
Contract will always be behind Barry.
Right, always behind Barry. All right, so
And then
you head down the hallway. It opens up into this room, and on top of Barry, you are looking into a space. It looks like a room that is like almost not quite cut in half, but the back of the room there is this like iron cage that has descended from the ceiling and is blocking off about maybe a third of the total space. And beyond that iron cage, there is this woman who is lying on the floor, and you can see that she's bleeding profusely. Standing on your side of this cage is this mechanical soldier with a big halberd, and it is just clang against the bars. Clang, clang, trying to batter its way through. What do you do? Does not seem to react to your presence at all. The woman is either unconscious or too involved with this mechanical soldier to notice you. You don't really see her moving, though now you can hear. She's definitely alive. You can hear her groaning in pain.
I will crawl off of Barry,
Okay.
and I'm going to try to stealthily sneak up behind this. No. What would I even do when I got there? I don't know. How wide apart are the bars of the cage?
You could probably slip through with a good acrobatics check.
Okay, I'll try to sneak behind this soldier without him knowing.
Okay. So you're going to try to sneak by the soldier. Penny, I mean, you see all this too. What is Penny going to do?
I'm going to ready my bow.
You ready your crossbow?
Yes.
You load a bolt. Vivian.
I'd like to devise a stratagem.
Okay, you're going to devise a stratagem.
What?
Okay. That's an 18.
You've got
on
a
the
stratagem
die.
ready.
Yeah.
All right. And then Kanshaka. What are you going to do? What's your sort of immediate reaction to all of this?
Contract is gonna be intelligent for once.
Oh.
He's gonna he's gonna try to get within 30 feet of where the lady is bleeding,
Yeah.
and he will try to cast heal at a
Okay.
distance.
So you want to try to cast heal at a distance. So even though this creature hasn't noticed you yet, what we're going to do is go ahead and roll initiative. Anybody who is attempting to sort of stay quiet and stealthy, you'll roll stealth as your initiative. So you're just going to roll a stealth check. Anybody who doesn't really care about being quiet can roll perception and will your actions that you've taken, like you've got your loaded crossbow, you've got the stratagem ready, and you will begin sneaking up. But let's go ahead and do that so that we can try to do this.
I have Shadow Mark.
Okay.
So if I start an encounter with the target while shadowing them, which I'm trying to sneak up behind his back, and they take the penalty to their initiative roll.
Oh, okay, great. That's actually good to know. So I will be taking a penalty to my
It
initiative.
would be
roll.
-2.
Okay.
I'll try stealth.
I'm gonna take a hero point.
Hero point for you. Might as well. You've got so many of them.
Yeah.
I will give them two. Can you
Oh,
grab
okay,
an
two of
extra
them.
one?
An
Two
extra
of
one.
them.
All right. So we've got two initiative rerolls.
Brah. Okay, better.
Worse.
Oh no. Jolie, let's start with you.
Stealth is 26.
20. That's a respectable initiative. Penny.
17.
17. Okay, but luckily this thing's taken a penalty, so you're actually still gonna beat it. Vivian.
21 stealth.
21 stealth for Vivian and Kanshaka.
Trying to be intelligent. He does stealth, but it's only 14.
14. Still, because of this thing's penalty, thanks to your shadow mark, you guys are all going to be going first. So Jolie, you're the first to go. I would say that stealth along, you move it generally at half speed. So if you are trying to, if your intention was to squeeze through the bars to get to this lady, it would take all 3 of your actions to actually get to her, which is fine. Just let you know what the thing is. The only thing I'll need from you is an additional stealth check. I'll just call it 1 for the whole turn, and give me an acrobatics check to see how well you squeeze through the bars if you make any noise.
I think I don't actually want to go all the way up to her.
Okay.
But I'd like to sneak to the other side of the bars.
Okay. I can put you just on the other side of the bars with 2 actions. You'll have 1 action left if you want to. If you have a different thing you want to try to do.
I don't really.
Well, let's see what the acrobatics check is, because maybe if you fail that, you can just spend another action trying it again. So let's see if you even have the extra action to begin with.
So stealth first.
Yep.
27.
Okay, yeah. So this thing does not seem to notice you at all. It's just clang against the bars, and then how well do you get?
Acrobatics dirty 20.
30, 20, yeah, you're able to, it's not clean, but you just sort of contort your body and shift through and squeeze through. You're just on the other side of the bars. You have 1 action left. Typically, if you have no other thing to do, you could try like a recall knowledge. You could try to recall knowledge about this lady, or you could try to recall knowledge about the creature, which might give you some insight into what it's doing or what its weaknesses and strengths are.
I would like to see if I can understand from this perspective what is going on with this soldier, what his
Sure.
situation
Why
is.
don't you go ahead and make me a either craft or arcana.
Arcana. Oui. 23.
23, okay.
Good rolls.
Not bad.
You know that what is attempting to break through these bars is a clockwork soldier. They typically have like a thing where they are literally like wound up, and then they can operate autonomously for usually like a full day. Like when you wind them up, they can go for a long time. You would know with your check that this is one of the security measures in the vaults. And it is trying to break through, probably to kill this woman, which does not seem like a good thing because this woman is the woman that you're here to rescue. I can give you 1 mechanical piece of information. You know. Do you want to know something about its defenses or something about its attacks?
Defenses.
Defenses. You know that it is weak to electrical damage, so it takes extra electricity damage if you were to use it. And there's like excellent use of your 3rd action, and that'll be the end of your turn. We'll move from Jolene to Vivian. You are next. You have your stratagem already devised.
Yes.
So you have 3 actions to do with what you want.
I will take an action to bring out my crossbow.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot at it with my stratagem.
Sure.
My stratagem roll, which I think I can do.
Yeah, you absolutely can.
And that is 28 to hit.
28 is a success. You strike this creature clean in the back with a crossbow bolt.
And I'm gonna use my strategic strike as
Okay.
well.
Sure.
So
Absolutely.
that should give me an additional. So that is 5 on the die for crossbow damage.
Okay.
And then 11 additional strategic
Okay.
precision damage.
That is precision damage.
So that is a total of
Okay.
16.
16. You can see that the crossbow bolt has just a little bit of trouble punching through this thing's armor, but because you are so precise and you knew exactly the weak point that you were looking for, the bolt still digs into it and deals a significant amount of damage, but not quite all of it goes
Trying to
through.
clog up some gears.
Yeah, you're clogging up some gears.
Clog up some gears.
So you just, and this thing is still just smashing against the bars. Doesn't even, it pauses just for a moment, and you see its head swivels all the way around like 360, and there's this glowing orb for a face that it has, and it settles on you, and it just like is looking at you for a second. You do have 2 more actions.
I think I have 1 more action.
Let's see, all that was one action?
What was your second action?
I pulled out my crossbow.
You
and
drew
then
the
I
weapon.
attacked.
Okay, yeah, cool. I like it.
I'll accept it.
Yeah.
Although
Although I believe the crossbows also have a reload of 1, so you could just reload your crossbow.
I'll just reload my crossbow.
All right, so you spend your third action just clacking another bolt into place, which moves us from Vivian to Penny.
Awesome. So I see her kind of make a little bit of a successful attempt, so I'm going to pretty much aim for that same spot. And I'm going to hunt prey on
All
this
right,
thing.
so you make this thing your prey.
I do make this thing my prey. And I'm going to use a hero.
Hero
point.
point!
Wow, I was doing so good, and now all of a sudden,
Pow.
let's try this again.
Well, it's technically higher.
Technically, it is 15.
15, your crossbow bolt goes flying through the air and just clangs right off this thing's shoulder pauldron, and it's, no dice. But that was 2 actions because you hunt prey,
did.
you fired, you have 1 more action left. What do you want to do?
Ready my bow.
You're just gonna, you're gonna clack another crossbow bolt into place, and that takes us from Penny to Kanshaka.
Kanshaka does not know about the electrical weakness yet, so he's going to continue.
Well, let me just set up your. Let me ask you, because you're stealthing. Now, typically, my thing at the table is when one person learns something, you just kind of automatically share that.
Right.
But you're stealthing, you're sort of avoiding notice. Would you wanted to have shouted that out, or would you have wanted to maintain your stealth?
Now that I'm on this side of the cage, I guess it doesn't hurt.
I'm giving
But
you the
I
choice.
just needed to get over here, so I guess I would shout. It is metal, little mechanical. It is weak to lightning. Zap him.
So I would argue that you do know.
Unlimited power. John.
Unlimited power. Am I making a reflex? save?
Reflex, please. That's an
Okie dokie.
awesome child.
Oh dear. That is a 21.
23.
I failed.
You failed yourself, sir. It will take plus 5, 14 points of electric damage.
It'll take 19 points of electricity damage because it is weak. So you blast this thing and it fails to dodge the bolt. It just wasn't ready for the 4 of you. And you blast it full in that orb that it's regarding Vivian with. And then that orb like turns over to you. You can still see sparks of electricity flashing off of its body. And now I believe you still have 1 action left.
Berry tackle.
Barry tackle. So you command Barry to rush forward, and he does. He strides forth and then does what?
Barry needs to move, and then he can make 1 attack. The worst attack is his jaws. He's going to try to bite this thing.
Bite, bite, bite.
With a plus 12, that is 18.
18 is not good enough. So Barry comes charging up, and almost without even looking at Barry, the thing just brushes aside his jaw and deflects the attack.
Well, he didn't hit Barry, so he can still
No.
survive.
But now it is its turn. and its head is like facing Vivian and Khan, and then like its whole torso does a 360 flip, and it starts walking backwards towards you, just like really fast, just. And it charges forward with its halberd raised, and it is going to stop about 10 feet away, and it is going to it's going to have to go for you because you're with the electricity, you're the most dangerous target. So it skitters right up over to you and strikes out with the halberd, and that is going to be a 27.
Yeah. Good God.
Ooh, he gets you good for 16 points of piercing damage, just jams the head of the halberd in, pulls back, and then tries to come around in a sweeping strike to just blast you.
Stop it.
I'm not gonna stop it.
Stop it.
That is a -5, so that is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, stop it.
Not gonna stop it. That time it's gonna deal 12 points of damage, so it just comes around, smacks, gets you with the axe head of the halberd. And that's all it does, because it had to move, and then it struck twice.
Oh, that's
Takes us to
all
the
it
top
does?
of the next round with our puppet friend, Jolie. You're there. There's this lady, and now like you can see her eyes are sort of like barely open, and she like lifts her head, and she looks at you, and she sort of like feebly reaches towards you, and then her hand drops. You can see this pool of blood is just growing.
Okay, it is okay. I am going to. I'm going to cast Stabilize on her.
Stabilize, great, excellent. You can see that, she's just like pumping blood out of these wounds. You cast this spell, you stabilize her, and that blood flow slows. And she, her eyes fully close. You can tell she's not dying, but she's actually better now. But she doesn't have any more hit points. She's just no longer dying.
If that is a revelation cantrip, does that mean my minor curse starts, or only from the focus spells?
No, so it's only from focus spells
Okay.
that your
Cool.
curse manifests. The revelation cantrip just means that you got that cantrip
Okay.
automatically.
Cool. So that's
And is it one or two
actions.
Okay.
Unless I needed to walk up to her.
No, you can. It has a
30
30-foot
feet,
range,
yeah.
so you're good there. Yeah. So you still have one action left. You can, if you again, I'm just putting it out there. You can continue doing recall knowledge checks against the same target to get additional pieces of information about it, or you can do something else.
I am going. I'm going to examine now this soldier from this side.
Sure. Yeah, you got a new angle on it. You've seen it in action. Go ahead and roll another Arcana or Crafts check.
Oh, 28.
28. That's going to get you another piece of information. Do you want to know about its attacks or its weaknesses or its defenses?
Attacks.
Attacks. I can tell you that this thing is very, very quick. And while not everything does, this is one of those creatures that gets attacks of opportunity. So you know that moving around it without accounting for its attacks is very dangerous. Casting spells within its range, very dangerous.
Be careful. Yes, quick reflexes and that glaive it'll get you. Watch your feet.
That's why recall knowledge checks are very important, because you can learn these very important pieces of information. Vivian, you've been warned of this thing's quick reflexes. You know that firing a crossbow in halberd range would provoke an attack of opportunity. So you know that now that you've been warned, you could probably step to avoid that. But it's your action. What do you do?
I'd love to get out of its halberd range.
Sure, yeah. So you can take a step, which makes it just a 5-foot step, and that does not trigger reactions. And because it stopped 10 feet away from you, that would be out of its halberd reach.
Right.
So you
I
can just
would
step
love
back.
To just
Yeah.
step back.
Take a step back, and now you are free to act as you will.
I'm gonna devise another strategy. I
Sure, you
guess?
look for the weakest point in this thing's armor, knowing that it resists some of your physical attacks. Now, if you have a bad result on that, you can not use your stratagem and just roll, but you won't get to add like your precision damage and whatnot. So I'm just letting you know.
But what if I want to?
You want to use a hero point on your stratagem and see if you can get a better result? Okay.
I want a better stratagem. That's worse.
Ah.
Then I'm just gonna attack it.
All right, so
without my
you
precision.
cannot find a weak point. You spend some time trying to find. You just can't do
I
it.
don't have electricity. I don't have magic. This is what I got.
We have a pool.
Will a 17 hit?
No, that's gonna ping right off this thing's metal hide.
That's actually the first roll that I rolled.
It was just you've just
I rolled a
returned to the
7,
mean.
and then I gave my hero point, and then I rolled a 2.
Yeah. Now this is technically a second. This is a different roll because your stratagem check is one roll. This attack roll is a different thing. You can use another hero point if you'd like. But I will say you guys would burn through a lot of what you have.
A lot of hero points before the half.
I'll go ahead and use my last action to shoot one more time.
Sure. This is going to be at a -5, or you would have to reload.
Oh.
So you would just
okay, never
reload
mind,
and
then I'll just reload. But that's a nat 20.
I'm sorry,
Why?
but
Why
you would
would
have to
you do
reload. Your dice is being so
Why
mean.
now?
Perhaps Penny can solve this problem for you. Penny, you again, you know this thing can strike out. It kind of rushed up into the group of you, so you would need to step to avoid an attack of opportunity if you want.
Oh,
just
that's
use
fine,
one of your
because
actions.
I can step and shoot at the same time.
You can
because
step and
I'm
shoot at the same
very
time?
Skilled that way.
Oh, okay.
Could
Well, fine.
tap
Step and
dance
shoot at the same
shoot at
time.
the same time.
What can I say? I'm really, really awesome. 22.
22. It's not quite enough. This thing just clangs off its armor. Once again, this thing is very, very tough. So you stepped and shot at the same time. So you still have 2 actions left.
I ready my bow, and I am going to utilize my lovely Georgie.
Ooh, we're gonna make Georgie get in there and start fighting. All right, so you command Georgie to attack. What does Georgie do?
Georgie is going to use his cute little jaws.
Okay. He's gonna snap
attack.
at it with the jaws.
Yeah.
Make your jaw attack.
Come on, Georgie. Oh, that's a 19 on the die.
Ooh,
So 19 plus 12.
is 31, which is a hit. Go ahead and roll
Better
damage.
be Jim.
I'm just saying, I hit with a 28.
Okay. 6, 9, 12.
12 points of damage. Again, Georgie has a little bit of time, a hard time chewing through this thing's metal plates, but he does deal some significant damage, rips apart one of the plates that's guarding its legs, tosses it aside. And excellent. That takes us to Khan Shaka.
Okay, so first action,
Yes.
Barry help.
Barry help.
Barry's gonna move, and then I try to bite his butt again.
Okay.
That's what Barry do.
That's what Barry do.
Barry be like that. Oh, come on! You know what, hero point, we're not doing that. That was almost a nat 20. We're not doing this. Hold on, okay. That's better, Barry. 22.
22 is not quite enough. Although I would say, no, you can't because you don't. It stopped. Never mind. Yeah, I was gonna say you could probably get in flanking, but it isn't next to you, so
Sorry,
because it has the reach. Yeah. So
I hate that, Jim.
yeah, I hate that for you too. I
should.
do. So Barry comes up. You know what I do have? An attack of opportunity that I could take against Barry. That I didn't
Because he tried to attack.
because he moved in.
No,
my
because you
reach.
moved away from Barry to attack me. So Barry came in.
Yeah. So because I have reach.
Oh, I hate you.
Moving up to the creature, it would provoke, so he's going to try to strike out with Barry with the halberd as he gets close,
Oh, hit-
but misses horribly.
Oh, thank
Unless
goodness.
a 21 hits.
Meets it, beats it?
Meets it, beats it.
I hate you.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm pushing the bear
You
button.
pressed the bear button.
That is going to be 16 points of damage to Barry.
Okay. That was unnecessary. Jim, I want you to know.
I wouldn't say unnecessary.
Highly
I'd say
unnecessary.
perfectly necessary. This thing's just defending itself.
Khan Shaka once you press the bear button.
I mean, I did press the bear button.
His eyes are going to like bug out. He's going to reach out with his hand and cast Shocking Grasp.
See, now it's actually good that I already used my reaction against Barry, because if casting a spell, I would be able to use it against you, but I can't.
He's going to heighten it 2 levels.
Oh, okay.
Back him up.
You did this to yourself, Jim. My plus to hit 24.
24 is precisely a hit. Go ahead and roll that damage.
I do get a circumstance bonus for metal things.
Okay, again, to the attack or to the damage?
So bonus to your attack roll.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, you actually did exceed its AC then. Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to roll this. So that's at least 15. Then I heightened it.
There's a lot of lightning.
30 points of electric damage.
30 points of electricity damage. You send 30 points of electricity damage. 35 points of electricity damage, because this is the weakness, coursing through this thing, and its head pops off of its body in an explosion of sparks, and the whole thing just sort of collapses into a heap of metal. And then there is silence in the room as the battle ends.
Yes.
Go on a break for about 10 minutes and finish this episode up after we get back. Stick around. Remember, we have 2 giveaways for this episode. We will see you in about 10 or so minutes. Do it, I believe in you. That did it. Computer?
Hello, Captain. I am Level 1 User Interface Starship Executive. You may call me Louise.
Computer sounds better.
I spent a lot of time inventing a designation that could be used as a technical-sounding acronym for a common human name.
Sure, computer, that's fine.
I am detecting the presence of a Starfinder beginner box in your possession. Should I run my character creation protocol?
Sure.
The Starfinder beginner box includes a full crew of pre-generated heroes. Would you like to hire them for your team?
They look pretty capable, but I'm thinking about living dangerously.
Very well. I will record this process so that anyone can follow your example and create their own crew members with ease. They can follow along on a blank character sheet from the box and refer to the hero's handbook for further details as they create their crew member. The core of this character will be their race, class, and theme. These choices will shape many of their capabilities. There are many sapient races exploring the Pact worlds, each with its own unique features. You should begin by selecting one.
Well, a Vesk would make a pretty good crew member with their natural affinity for combat. And the Usoki, they've got these cheek pouches they could use to store They could use to store very useful cargo. And then there's the Lashunta, they've got psychic powers. Is there any way I can get psychic powers?
Settle down, Captain. Consider the Shirin instead. Their cultural fascination trait makes them ideally suited for interacting with other cultures across the Pact worlds. They also have communalism, an ability useful for working in close quarters with overeager humans.
Okay, well, I do see telepathy here, which is really cool. And blind sense, oh, that's nice. They can sense little vibrations in the air so that it's almost like seeing in the darkness. You know what, Luis? I like it. Mark it down.
Yes, Captain. I'll fill in the character sheet exactly as you would if you could be bothered to physically do the work of writing. If you ever find yourself willing to pick up a pencil, the Hero's Handbook guides you through the process.
Theme, Luis. Let's focus. All right, I'm thinking the hardscrabble bounty hunter. Deadly, determined, I like that. Or the mercenary, okay? Taking aim, taking names. I'm really feeling it.
Or perhaps we could prioritize more useful skills than killing everyone in our path.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Exploration, for example. The Spacefarer theme would be well suited to the Shirin's natural enjoyment of exploration and research. They gain science as a class skill, and their theme knowledge gives them a significant bonus when recalling knowledge about new planets or features of space.
Okay, you win this round, Luis. But I am going to be hiring somebody with a big gun and a bad attitude at some point. Now, these numbers, what am I looking at here?
For now, just fill in the boxes as instructed in the Hero's Handbook. We'll add them up toward the end of our process. Now, we should consider...
Oh God. Luis, what's going on here?
There has been a power core failure.
Is that bad?
Only if you intend for the ship to function.
Jeez.
Don't worry, Captain. There is only a 0.17% chance of this ship exploding from a power core failure.
Yeah, well, that's something.
Instead, the release of lethal levels of radiation into the ship will simply eliminate all life within.
Luis, is it time to choose a class for a new crew member? Because I think I know what I need.
Oh, I know this one. You'll want a charismatic envoy to convince the drive core not to melt you into a puddle of goo. Or perhaps a spell-hacking technomancer who can incinerate you with an overheat spell to spare you the pain of a lingering death by radiation.
Yeah, I think a mechanic, actually, to get this bucket of bolts on its feet, and needed to program you to be a kinder, gentler AI.
Now, Captain. Imminent death is no excuse to be rude. Let's take a look at what the mechanic class is capable of. The Hero's Handbook outlines many of their basic traits such as weapon proficiencies and which skills are class skills on page 28. But one of the key features that sets mechanics apart from other classes is the exocortex. The exocortex is a cybernetic processor that enhances their cognitive function and makes them one of the only classes able to use heavy armor.
The heavy armor sounds really great. Nobody's taken down my mechanic easy.
The exocortex grants either the combat tracking bonus to enhance the mechanic's accuracy in battle, or the memory module, which enhances a chosen skill and allows enhanced recall of information. You will have to choose.
But why? I kind of like both. Can't we just, add more brain implants or something?
It may shock you to know that brains are important and shouldn't be overly tampered with. Now that you've chosen a class, I can determine many basic functions of the character, such as saving throws, combat bonuses, and class skill bonuses. It will take a moment to input offensive and defensive statistics, but the mechanic entry on page 28 of the Hero's Handbook can guide you through it if you ever decide to create a character without my assistance.
Spacefarer theme and the mechanic class both give science as a class skill, so what happens there?
This will give the mechanic an additional bonus of 1, marked in the miscellaneous column in the skills section of the crew member's character sheet.
Great, so for the exocortex, let's go with the memory module, increase that perception by 3. And then don't forget the bypass ability for the mechanic, which is going to give them a +1 to their technology skill.
As a computer, it is impossible for me to forget things. You, however, with your error-prone human brain, are capable of forgetting. For example, the fact that every mechanic has a custom rig device acting as a toolkit and comm unit.
You have a custom rig.
I have already entered it in section J on the back of the sheet.
Yeah, sure. Cool.
Should you change your mind about being incinerated by a technomancer, or wish to explore any of the exciting ways a mystic could destroy you with magic, you can review their spell options in the classes section of the Hero's Handbook. For technomancers, these spells begin on page 41. For mystics, they begin on page 32. Chosen spells are recorded in section K on the back of the character sheet.
I think my stance on being incinerated is going to remain the same. Good there.
Just in case, I will save my record on magical immolation for you to review at a later time.
So, looks like we're gonna have to generate some ability scores for a new crew member.
You'll have to select one of the 3 possible arrays available in the Starfinder beginner box as seen on page 16. The focused, split, and versatile arrays all offer different levels of balance in your crew members' ability scores, such as strength, intelligence, or charisma. The higher an ability score, the higher ability modifier it adds to related skills and abilities. Additionally, each class has a key ability that is important to its function.
Let's stick with versatile. I want somebody who's good at a little bit of everything. And then I see that the key ability for mechanics is intelligence, so let's put a 14 there. Common sense, really great to have. Let's go with another 14 in wisdom.
Might I suggest a more nimble mechanic will serve the crew well? That last 14 should go in dexterity. You'll notice a chart in the Hero's Handbook on page 16 that tells you what the ability modifier is for each ability score. For the score of 14, you are granted a +2 ability modifier.
I like it.
We can now calculate your new crew member's resolve points. Resolve points are used to keep going and stay alive when your foolhardy captain leads you into a deadly situation and you suffer grievous harm. Every crew member has resolve points equal to their key ability modifier +1. A mechanic's key ability, as you mentioned, is intelligence, which has a modifier of 2. So adding 1 to that means that this mechanic will have 3 resolve points. Have you considered an alignment for your crew? What sort of moral guiding principles would suit you? Keep in mind, we are using the Hero's Handbook, so try to curb your desire to engage in dastardly schemes.
I don't have dastardly schemes. I'm a nice person. I'll tell you what, let's go with a neutral good mechanic, somebody who generally believes in doing the right thing, but there's some room for flexibility.
We'll now proceed through the complete list of skills, feats, and armory to determine equipment for your mechanic.
That all sounds like really useful information, Louise, but those repairs that I made were not good. I'm gonna need somebody real quick.
Very well. Since it is your first character, we'll refer to the quick generation suggestions on page 18 of the Hero's Handbook. We'll begin with your trained skill. This represents a skill outside the class skills you already have that your mechanic will be good at. The suggested skill is Culture, which will grant a bonus equal to your level in Culture checks. You should also note that Sheeran have a natural talent for culture and interaction skills, thanks to the Cultural Fascination racial trait, adding an additional +2 bonus to each.
The technology skill looks really strong, which is great. We're gonna need it to get this rusty bucket moving again.
Of course, they can always attempt skills they are not as proficient in. The skill bonus just represents how easy challenges will be for your mechanic to overcome. Next, you'll choose a feat.
Well, Blind Fight is free as a Sheeran racial trait, so that's pretty cool. It allows the mechanic to easily find enemies in the darkness. Now, I know I said I wanted to use the suggested option in the Hero's Handbook, but I'm not really feeling Barricade for the mechanic's feat. Giving the team a defensive bonus for this feat sounds great, but I really want to go in a different direction. Extended Telepathy will enhance the Sheeran's limited telepathy trait and really just sounds cool.
And that's all that really matters, isn't it?
So, it's equipment selection time, right? We just give the mechanic this, call it a day?
Wrong as usual, Captain. Every starting crew member is allotted 1,000 credits to purchase equipment from the armory list beginning on page 56. But the Hero's Handbook does have a healthy suggested starting equipment package we can make available to your crew.
Great, we'll do it. It'll leave me with 42 credits left over, plenty of gear to work with. It's good. And that should do it except for the name and the character portrait. I'll put the name in box B on the front of the sheet, and then I'll put the character portrait on the back, but all that's gonna come later. Otherwise, it looks like it should do it for now, at least until we level up after some serious adventures.
I see you're skipping over the steps on page 17 of the handbook, plugging in additional numbers and adding up your totals.
Well, I was kind of thinking that since you're a computer, you could math.
Not all computers like to do math, Captain. You should be more sensitive. I will slow down my calculations so you can follow along with my process. We can now distribute the ability modifiers across the sheet and add our previously noted bonuses to reach the mechanic's total bonuses for armor class, saving throws, and attacks. These total bonuses are added to respective die rolls to determine the success or failure of attempted actions during our adventures. Higher results are desirable, so attempting things where you have higher bonuses increases your chances of success.
So now what? We wait for the mechanic to see these specifications and then contact us for the job?
Actually, Captain, I've already found a suitable candidate. I accurately predicted all of your choices based on your personality profile and the ship's needs, and our new mechanic is already here.
What?
Greetings, I am Zenka. I hear you have need of a mechanic aboard this ship and plans to visit many wondrous planets. I would join your crew if you will have me.
Welcome aboard, Zanka. Let's roll.
After you've finished your beginner box adventures, you'll want to pick up the Starfinder Core Rulebook, available at Paizo.com, your local game store, and anywhere else adventure can be found.
Is the money really worth all this?
It's not about the credits. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
I bet you have.
You're not getting the drop on the villains with sounds like that. Your game needs Sirenscape. The Sirenscape online player has a huge library of epic sounds for any situation. Epic games need epic sound. Go to Sirenscape.com to get started today.
And we're back for another half an episode of Pathfinder Heroic Endeavors. Hello, everyone out there.
Hello, I definitely
as a friendly reminder, we've got two awesome giveaways. We're giving away a digital copy of the Pathfinder Beginner Box tonight, and a copy, the Kingmaker Bundle that we are giving away tonight. Both of those prizes are digital. Both of those you can enter by typing !giveaway in the chat. It'll give you some instructions to follow, which is probably just like click on a Gleam link, and boom, you're entered. You're good to go. Be here later when we announce the winners, and you're going to be awesome. But before we get back into the game, I want to see how you all are doing and check in with chat.
Check in with chat.
Check in with chat.
Good God.
Official Paizo in the chat saying sometimes you roll across the finish line. We love you all. We love you too, Paizo. Thanks for letting us play your game. It rules.
JD Hood says, not another doll.
It's doll time.
It's always doll time.
It's Lucas Martinez coming in with love the accent. I have to assume we're talking about Jolie, who does have a fantastic accent.
This is true. The real POTUS 98. Picture. Yes.
Merci beaucoup.
I'm picturing the Geico lizard, a Teddy Ruxpin, and the new M3 Gan movie AI doll, and add Pennywise and that dino from Toys.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
pretty
sounds
much.
perfect. Nailed it.
That's the party.
Alex Rogue 460. Lamar, that's not fair. People wasn't allowed to ride Barry. People's a plant.
Well, we're also getting some flack from Jared, who says, whoa, 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 what gives, Con? Oops, he had to drive Barry in secret.
It's midnight. We're tired. We're not thinking straight.
Lemon says, let's see how long this door stops them. Any wagers? I say 30 minutes before they get through.
But I
Yo,
would say
we
that
nailed that.
I mean, the door was just like they opened it. They just opened the door right away. It was great.
That is
We have a party name
TG
already.
Herbici history.
See,
for a
nobody
door.
believed in you because Jared was saying that that's it. This is the whole episode, or the whole adventure is the door.
Apparently, Jared doesn't know me. I just open doors.
Yeah,
Like this,
open the door.
This
Open the
party
door.
does not get stuck at doors. all
No,
right? They
we're
go through 'em.
door masters. So
Yeah.
We got to give some love to all these people who gave coins and hero points.
Oh, for
Yes.
Hey, anybody who has better eyesight, you want to read all those names?
I got you.
Thank you.
2723 tossed a coin to Penny. The DaTNetwork is working behind my back to rig the game and gave you all a hero point. Zitterhaven gave a hero point. Wisconsin Wookie gave a hero point. JD Hood 92 a hero point. Real POTUS 98 gave a hero point. Spartan Undead gave a hero point. Real POTUS 98 gave another hero point. Magnus Plains gave a hero point. Roll for Perception rated us. Hey, Roll for Perception, welcome. And Always AFK gave a hero point.
I don't know how they did it.
Because they're always AFK.
Right?
We're funny here.
Thanks to my hero point.
James Griffin 22 says, hi everyone, how's the game going? And it's going fantastic.
We didn't die yet.
They haven't died yet, and they've already killed one enemy. So, you know, that's
We
good.
had two
Good
more
news.
rounds,
And they found the lady they were here to save. So, hey, we're
All
doing
we gotta
great.
do is walk out. We're done.
Yeah, we're done. We've done the
Game
job.
over.
Kitsu723, wrong lever.
Wrong lever.
Wrong lever. I couldn't help it. I had to
Yeah, I know. Of course,
Wrong
obviously.
lever.
You can't not when there's a lever.
Exactly.
Bar save the whales? Is that right?
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Failing skill check steals plot damage. Sure does.
Sometimes.
It sure does.
Unless we get 1,000,000 hero points.
Yes. Keep bringing it in.
Real POTUS 98 says, one of these poppets better deliver the line, nobody pulls my strings before launching a bazooka or whatever. I mean, that's kind of what you do, Lamar. You kind of launch bazookas.
Yeah.
Well, you have your flamethrower that you...
Flamethrower. I'm just a mech on a big champion's back. It's Lucas Martinez says, I can't wait for Penny to pull her 50-foot long handkerchief when they need more rope. I was waiting for it. I wasn't ready for it. That was unintentionally terrifying, and you need to know that. You need to know. That was chilling.
The chilling adventures of Penny.
You're saying, Jim?
Okay. Travis Keaton, from YouTube, says, how does your channel only have 22,000 subs? Everything Paizo makes is amazing, and I try to get my hands on as much of it as I can. I hope your brand can reach more people in TTRPG space. It's deserved. Well, Travis Keaton, with people like you sharing and liking and commenting and doing all that stuff, that helps all this content get further out in the space.
Right.
And we like Paizo too. They do make some amazing stuff. If you are around at the end of the episode and you've entered the contest, you could even win some Paizo stuff.
Ooh.
Ooh la la.
And
This way.
that's it for comments. It's now time to play some Pathfinder. The four of you are standing over three of you are standing over a broken mechanical body. One of you is standing over a broken fleshy body. Presumably, the very woman you've come to save, who is currently trapped behind some iron bars that you and with your doll body were able to shimmy through, though you feel like she might have a little bit more trouble getting through them. Herself, what do you all do?
Do I see like a key thingy again? Maybe I can move the bar up. If there's another lever. Oh my goodness.
You do
look
see
at
another
that.
key
Yes.
thingy and a lever.
Yeah. Yes. Guess what I do? Put the key in and turn in, pull the lever.
And when you pull that lever, the bars that are blocking off Jolie and this woman from the rest of you just slide up into the ceiling.
Are you all right, my friends?
Oh, you know, just a little bit of slashing and bleeding and internal hemorrhaging. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna crawl toward you. And I'll give you a 3rd level heal.
That's gonna be. Is it the heal spell?
Yes.
That's gonna be very good to use.
Yeah.
Because everyone's gonna get.
So you can use the 2-action version and just target Kanshaka, but you see that Barry is also somewhat injured.
Yeah.
So if you want to, you could use 3-action and burst. So that's going to be 3d8 then.
Would our new friend also be in that?
I would say, yeah, she's within the 30-foot range.
Okay. 6. 11. Okay. 18.
18 points of healing for everybody in the room.
I really needed that.
As the magical energy dissipates, that woman who was lying unconscious on the floor starts to stir. Her eyes flutter open and she draws herself to her feet. She looks at the 4 of you and she says, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Are you Casio?
Yes, I am. I presume, I'm sorry that I imagine they sent you in after me. I can't believe I was so careless and I tripped the security measures. I don't know what I did, but that...
You don't know?
Hold on. And she starts rifling through her pockets and she pulls out this amulet. Just, I tried to leave with one of the relics. I can't believe this. I'm so...
They were so insistent to not touch anything. Who touches things here?
I know how to safely handle a lot of these things. I must have just... I've been working very long hours, putting in a lot of overtime. That's no excuse. I put you all in danger with my carelessness. Let me just put this back. And then I was trying to move one of the other relics, and that's when everything went haywire. Would you all mind just putting in a little bit more time? Help me move this thing safely. I know how to do it safely. It's going to be okay. And then we can all get out of here and go home.
Vivian reaches into her pocket and pulls out a notebook, flips it open, and starts making some notes. She's like, all right, so you accidentally took an amulet.
Yeah, I must have just put it in my pocket. I didn't even realize. And then when I tried to walk out, it activated the security measures because these are restricted items.
And what did you come down here for?
Oh, because I catalog a lot of the items. I check on some of them. Some of them have, some of them they have feelings and they have to be interacted with in certain ways to keep them calm. Other ones we just monitor for any unpredictable reactions, and I'm basically, you can consider me something of a librarian, basically. I just make sure everything here is safe and normal and okay, but I've been putting in a lot of double shifts, and it made me careless. I'm gonna have to, I'm very sorry about that. I'm very, very sorry.
I have a series of questions. One, what does that amulet do?
Oh, it's kind of silly, but when you put it on, you can only see the color purple. Everything's shades of purple. That's really it. It's not even one of the more dangerous ones. It's just that we haven't fully studied it. So it's just in the restricted area because we aren't aware if it has any other magical properties, and it's nothing. That's why I wasn't really concerned about it.
Going to crawl up to her and put my eyes right in front of this amulet and just stare into it.
Sure. Do you want to make an Arcana check?
Yes.
Don't believe you.
I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it.
She wants it.
Natural 20 plus 10.
30.
Natural 20 plus 10, 30. You're looking at this thing. You don't think it's magical.
This makes everything purple.
Yeah.
Can I hold it?
I'm so sorry, but I can't let you handle it.
We are your rescuers.
I understand. No, I get it. Trust me. But there's a lot of regulations for in this area, especially. I can't let you handle it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Penny swiftly grabs it.
Oh, you want to do? Make a thievery check. See if you can swipe it out of her hands.
16.
Okay. You go to swipe it, and she pulls away real quick. Oh, look, I understand. I really do. But please, let me just put this back. We really can't be getting into anything here. This is a dangerous. Like, I know that I messed up, and I know that right now you're thinking I'm not the best person to listen to, but this is not the space to get into. Like, we can handle all this. Let's just. Again,
this amulet is not even magical.
What?
It's not magical. It's just stone.
She takes another look at it, and she. Oh, you know what? No, this isn't. Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry. Here, you're right. This isn't even. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm losing my mind here. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I have.
Here, you know what? If you want to handle it, sure. Here, go ahead. You're right. This was. I brought that one from home. Oh my gosh, I am.
And why did you bring that one from home?
Oh, it's. I usually just wear it. I just must have put it in my pocket because, again, I'm sorry, guys. I'm very tired.
Before we continue this little thing, what did you show the security in Reginald? The security lady in Reginald?
Oh, they routinely. We have sort of like a buddy system for a lot of the things that we do. I have to get clearance for some of the work that I do, so I require, Gail is her name, and she comes in to help me. She has the keys for everything, so sometimes I need a special clearance for certain things. We have a lot of regulations and safety protocols in place, presumably to stop any accidents like what happened here, but obviously they're not foolproof.
So why'd you come by yourself if we have a buddy system?
Well, a lot of my work I do alone, but sometimes I have to check in with some of the supervisors or with Gail, so there's a lot of back and forth.
And what was the exact thing you came down here to do?
I can show you. I mean, I'm clearing out one of the relic rooms, and so I was moving one of the larger pieces, which I should not have been doing by myself, but it was getting late, and I didn't want to bother anybody. Obviously, you can see that didn't turn out too well. If you would help me move it, we can get it out of here, and again, we can all go home, and this will be done.
I just have one more question. You thought that was the amulet that turned everything purple, right?
Yeah, but then
Where is the amulet that turns everything purple? Would you mind showing us that first?
It's back here, and there's another door, and she says it's in through here, and she walks through the door.
What? Okay.
Con and Barry are gonna follow her closely.
Okay, yeah, you following her along. Is anybody else doing anything different, or are you just following along with?
Following.
By the way, is this a different door than the one she wanted us to go help with, or is this the same door?
Same door.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna see.
So you come to sort of a T intersection, and there's another side room where there are some display cases, and in one of them there is this like. It looks like a half moon amulet. She goes, that right there. That one, if you put it on, it makes everything turn purple. I I moved it in here earlier, so that's why I thought I had it. But
Does it look anything like the amulet that she had in her pocket?
it's the medallion that she had is sort of like a semicircular thing. It wouldn't. You looking at it, you're like, I wouldn't mistake the two. But if she's exhausted and kind of, it wouldn't be completely unreasonable for her to mistake the two. But it does show a surprising degree of carelessness. Like, she's either careless, extremely exhausted, and needs to like not be in charge of this until she rests, or whatever.
Is there anything is there a roll I can make to see if I can tell what she is? I don't think I have a skill for that specifically.
I would say that you could probably just roll a perception check. That's generally if you want to just notice things about her.
No one believes her. Right? We're all in the something.
I'm very like,
I've been taking notes on her this whole time. Here's the thing.
Yeah? What's the thing?
Can I?
Not for this. I mean, yes, you could. do what you
I rolled
feel.
a 3. I would like to not roll a 3.
Do what you feel. We have so many.
Come on, Chip.
By the way, if you would like to make sure that we don't die, just go ahead and click the little hero
They want
point
to
thing.
use another hero point.
I do. Oh
my
Oh, that one's out of the
Okay.
box.
Well, that's
Do you want it?
Yeah, I'll
what
go
it
with
was?
that roll.
It was an 11.
It was, so that makes it a 22.
22. Yeah, I mean, it seems reasonable. I mean, you all obviously are suspicious. A lot of questions. There's nothing that she said or done to you yet that feels like a red flag.
I want to crawl up and grab this new amulet. The purple making one.
Okay. Okay. You can get there, and she doesn't like move to stop you, but she does see you doing it, and she says, "Wait, you'll set off more of the security." And as soon as you grab the amulet, there is this like sound, and this iron grate slams down over the door that you just entered, trapping you all in the room. She's like, "Look, it's fine.
It's okay, we have the key. I can fit through the bars.
It's fine. When you put that back, it should just
Is
reset
anything
the-
purple?
When you put it on, yeah, everything looks purple. Everything shifts from purple to red. Or from red to purple.
Everything is purple. Okay. I put it back. Give me the key. I'll go find the thing.
When you put the amulet, do you put the amulet back on the pedestal? When you do that, actually it lifts the... yeah, see, like
this is very simple.
Because this isn't one of... This is restricted, but it's... most of these relics are relatively safe, so we don't... It's fine. Just
here,
if you
can
touch things, it's going to get real... Just please don't. Please don't.
Okay. So, one, as a human, being awake at 1 o'clock in the morning makes me a little bit grumpy. So, how about we do this? Let's go find whatever this thing is. Let's finish whatever job you're doing, and then I can go back and get my little hibernation going.
I like the sound of that.
Okay.
Good. Because I don't want to get hit no more.
All right.
We're gonna get hit a lot. She's clearly under a spell, but Kanshaka doesn't have any arcana, so he has no idea.
So she leads you into basically just across the hall because there's that T intersection. You went into one room. There's this other room. This one is it's like a hexagonal room, and in the center of it there is this circular curtain that is hanging down from the ceiling, almost like a theater curtain.
Oh, that's not good.
And she says, "Okay, so with this one, two of us, I can be one of them. We're gonna go over by the curtain, and one of you stands here." And she points. There's this rope that is hanging from the ceiling. She says, "You stand. One of you, probably you. I feel like that would be the best bet. You just pull the rope. It'll lift the curtain, and then the two of us. I don't. It's kind of a big piece, so I feel like moving it's going to be a little difficult for you. But maybe the clown could help me here."
Sure.
Sure, great. So when he lifts the curtain, it's just a piece of furniture. but we have to grab it real quick because it might try to walk away. Okay, so we're just going to get in there. Need both hands. We're going to grab it firmly by the frame, and we're just going to drag it into this next room. Okay.
We were told not to touch anything.
But no, right. But I'm saying But this is the safe handling. You also don't seem to be too concerned with those instructions. I'm sorry if I'm feeling a little testy. I'm just you don't seem to care too much about touching things. So maybe just this once we can set that aside again, so we can all go home. Because once this room is cleared, we're actually going to be moving a different set of relics in here. Yeah. This is one of our more secure rooms, and this particular piece isn't that dangerous. So we're going to move some other some pieces that need more security into this room. This is going to go into a lower security room.
Can I do my that's odd?
Yes, you can. Your that's odd gives you this. When you walk into the room, you notice that there, by the door on the inside, there is a light space of wall. Where what it looks like to you specifically is like there was maybe like a sign that was on the wall that is no longer there. So you see like the impression, because there's like a cleaner space of wall. You see like the impression of a sign that was removed.
Ma'am, what was the sign that was hanging over there?
Oh, that was, it was a list of, it was actually handling instructions for this piece, but since we're moving it out, we took it down.
Is there a roll that I can make to detect manure?
Sure. Perception is your manure.
Particularly
checking.
manure coming out of her mouth. 13 plus 15, 28.
28, okay. The more this conversation goes on, you can hear this like edge of testiness in her voice that is becoming more pronounced. You can tell like she's really trying very hard not to like yell at you guys. She's getting more and more frustrated the longer this goes on. And it's not just that she's getting angry, she's getting a little bit nervous, is what you can tell. Like that's what you can tell. She's getting more nervous, and that's setting her more on edge.
Khan, Shaka,
Yeah.
and Barry. Barry's fur is going to like puff up a little bit, and Khan's going to do the best he can in this kind of like his little ball claw thing. It's like, I need you to be honest with us right now. What's going on, and why are you here by yourself? And cast and try to intimidation.
Intimidation. Okay. Make your intimidation check.
Khan's such a good boy, but he's scary when he's angry. 29.
She looks suitably frightened. She like shrinks back for a minute, and she doesn't say anything for a second. She says, "Okay. I mean, I can see that we're all a little bit testy. And I'm very, very sorry for that. And I don't know what happened. The security measures activated. I was attacked. You were sent down here to rescue me. And I really just need help moving this piece. But if you know what? If you don't want to help me, maybe I can just get a crew in here tomorrow to do it."
Yeah, what if we do that? What if we just leave? We can all recover, take the day, speak to Reginald. And...
Everybody make a perception check.
I'm back to being blind. Dirty. Oh, 23 actually.
Okay.
What the heck?
29? Okay.
13.
You can see that, Vivian, you notice that as she's talking, like she's got her hands up and she's moving a little bit. She's walking a little bit as she's talking. And you notice right when she gets to that pull cord that she was telling Kanshaka, she was asking if Kanshaka would pull. She stands right next to it. And you see it must be like just pure instinct, but just you see like the barest twitch of her shoulder and her face breaks, and you know with certainty that she's gonna reach for that cord.
I would like to.
Then let's roll initiative. Whatever it is you're gonna do, then let's roll initiative.
Aw, dang it.
Okay.
Let's go look up grab mechanics in Pathfinder.
13.
Vivian, 30.
13.
13. Oh, I was about to be very impressed.
And I rolled the 2 on the die.
Penny,
18.
18. Oh, Penny. Julie.
12.
Oh my gosh, guys.
That rope's getting pulled.
Can I propose a surprise?
But the thing is that you wouldn't necessarily surprise her because, again, like you noticed she was the one trying to get the surprise round on you. So you're not going to be able to get the jump on her.
27.
It's a con shaka.
Goodness.
My perception is dumb.
That's good. When you said dumb, I thought you meant like.
No, like it's unnecessarily high.
But here's the thing, con shaka.
Oh no.
You didn't notice what Vivian noticed.
I know.
So I'm going to give her one action prior to the start of the round. And that action is to pull the cord as hard as she can. The curtain rises. In Kanshaka, you see revealed a mirror. And in that mirror, you see your reflection. And as you watch the reflection in this like split second, smiles at you and steps out of the mirror.
Oh, God.
And you feel this pulling, twisting sensation in your gut. I need you to make a reflex save.
Oh, fighting myself is not a good thing.
A hero point.
Hero point. In case you guys didn't know what that action meant. Much better. 31.
31 is a failure.
Stop.
A schoolmate?
You all watch as Kanshaka steps out of the mirror and Kanshaka is pulled into the mirror. The good news is you won't have to fight yourself because you are trapped in another realm. At the start of your turn, we sort of pull away. Everything like slows down. At the start of your turn, your eyes flutter open almost as if you're waking up, and you are in a vast gray wasteland. It's like a desert. There's no wind. There's no sun in the sky. Everything's just like black and white monotone, except for you. Like you have color, but this is just gray, like silvery, almost like the sand. It's almost like cheap pencil lead, but a desert of it. In the distance, you see this light as if like the sun were reflecting off of the mirror. But the distance, I mean, like it's impossible to say. It could be miles away.
Where's the bear?
Don't see anything. Make a perception check. This is not part of your actions. This is just the breezies. A hero point has been given.
Thank you for the hero point.
Crew.
17 plus 15. 31.
31.
32.
32, yeah. That's exactly. You hear a like muffled cry that sounds a lot like help, and it's coming from very nearby.
Dash.
You dash over to it, and you are looking down, and you can see that there is a woman's face, almost completely buried in this like graphite sand, and her hand is stretched out towards you. You can see it is the face of the woman you've come to rescue.
Oh, son of a
and she says, she like tries to cry out one more time, but more of the sand stuff is getting in her mouth, and then she like dips below. And you reach out and grab her hand, and at that moment, we come back into the real world.
Oh, I hate everything.
We come back into the real world, and Kanshaka steps out of the mirror, and he looks at all three of you, and he says, okay, now look, I like bears. This is gonna be real simple. All you guys gotta do is stand right there and look into the mirror. And if you don't, I'm gonna burn you. And he looks at each of you. Well, step right up. Don't be shy.
We said we were not going to burn each other.
I didn't say anything of the sort. Look, stand right there, look into the mirror, and I won't burn anybody. Think of it as helping me get my friends out of a very dangerous situation. You like helping people, don't you?
What's Barry doing?
Barry looks rather confused and is just sort of like sitting there and is like looking and doesn't seem to know what to do.
This is an imposter. This is not a friend.
Maybe you're the imposters. Did you ever think about that?
No.
Never.
That does not make sense.
I don't have time for this. Stand in front of the mirror and you can see like electricity starts to dance between his fingers. What are you all gonna do?
Ready my bow, shoot.
Huh?
Ready my bow.
All right.
Pray.
Whose
shoot.
turn is
Then
it?
we are going to go right back into the same initiative order that we started. I will say that we had Khan's turn. It would now have been the lady's turn, but she is actually going to grab the edge of the mirror and start. She's going to spend all 3 of her actions trying to turn it towards Penny. And it's very cumbersome. She doesn't quite get it there. But that's how like her whole turn is doing that. And then Penny, it's your action next. Now, I will say this. While you're in the room, you have a couple of options. You can spend one of your actions actively averting your gaze from the mirror. What this basically means is like you're being extra careful with your other things that you're doing. So you basically spend the equivalent of 1 action's worth of time averting your gaze from the mirror so that you potentially don't look at it. You can completely ignore that. And at the end of your round, you'll make a reflex save to see if you can avoid getting sucked to the mirror. The third thing that you could try to do is close your eyes. And then you would have all 3 of your actions, but your eyes are closed the whole time. So I'm just giving you options, letting you know what it is. But I would say that you've observed that looking at the mirror, very bad idea. So Penny, it's your turn. What do you want to do? First, do you want to spend an action like trying not to look at the mirror?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay. So you've got 2 actions left to do freely. What do you want to do?
So then I will. Do I have my bow already ready?
I don't think you would have had it ready.
Okay.
You didn't say prior to the combat that you did, so yeah.
All right, so I'll just ready my bow and
All right.
then hunt prey on the fake Lamar.
On the fake Khan Shaka.
Khan Shaka.
You killed the fake Lamar. There's a fake Lamar in this room.
AC's much lower than Kanshaka's, I'll tell you that right now.
We are going to hunt prey on the fake Khan Shaka. All right.
That's it then.
It is now the fake Khan Shaka's turn.
Ugh.
Khan Shaka, can I see your character sheet real quick?
Oh yeah, no.
Let me see what we've got here.
What I would do is probably one of these because it does all But you,
So-
you think it's smart.
Why is there lightning?
Oh, there we go.
Don't give him ideas. No, stop it. No.
Khan Shaka sees that you've got the bow out, and he knows you're deadly accurate with it. So he turns towards you, and he says, "You should have just done this the easy way." And he puts his hands together, and you see this ball of water forming, and then it starts to drip down onto the floor and form this wall of water that he pushes towards you in a rush of energy. I need you to make a reflex save.
$26.
Because she's on the other side of it. 26. That is going to be a success. You only take half damage from this, which is good because I'm about to roll 6d6 points of bludgeoning damage.
All 1.
6. Oh, 3. Weak. was only 12 points of damage. You're going to take half of it, so you take 6 points of damage. But Georgie should also actually, I would imagine Georgie's by you. So have Georgie make a reflex save and see if he takes any.
Are pets not immortal in this game?
Oh, pets aren't immortal.
They should be.
Look, if Georgie can bite, he can take damage.
I don't like these rules.
21.
21 is a failure against Kanshaka's mighty magic. Georgie's going to take the full 12 points of damage as you just get blasted by this wave of water. And then with Kanshaka's third action, he turns to Barry and he says, "Maul," and points at Jolie. Now, I would say that Barry might be a little confused. And so I'm going to make a nature check to see if this Kanshaka can push Barry to do something that he might be a little confused about doing. What's your nature?
Plus 15.
Plus 15.
Oh.
Barry seems confused for a second and then starts trundling towards you and raises a paw to slash down at you, Jolie. What's Barry's to hit
Plus
bonus?
12.
Plus 12 does a 27 get you. How much damage does Barry do?
2d8 plus 4.
2d8 plus 4, Jolie. Oh, that's bad news. Oh, 15 plus 4. 19 points of damage as Barry just tries to smash you into the ground.
Con's beefy.
That is Barry's 2 actions, so Vivian.
Why did we use so many hero points? Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
The rope and the curtain.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a pulley system, or was it the rope got pulled and the curtain just like dropped?
To you, just at a glance, it looks like so the curtain rose when she pulled it. To you, it looks almost exactly like a theater curtain type of system.
Great! I'm gonna run over to that and pull the curtain, pull the thing so the curtain drops again.
All right, you are going to try to you spend an action, get over there. You spend an action, dropping the curtain.
And I'm
it
gonna spend
falls
an
into
action
place.
to not look in the mirror as well.
I would say that because she was turning it towards Penny, you're okay for this round.
Okay,
she wasn't having it face the part of the room that Jolie and Vivian were in.
And last action, ready my crossbow.
All right, you ready the crossbow, but at least you've hidden the mirror, and now Jolie, you've got Barry up in your face.
Is it too late to give a reaction to getting attacked? Because I'm very unaware of my abilities.
You know what? I'm fine with it. Let's retcon it. What did you want to do?
Can I use histrionic injury? And when I get hit, just flail dramatically and possibly to stupefy Barry.
How could I possibly disallow such a fantastic action? Is there a roll associated with this? Like what needs to happen?
Will save.
A will save. All right, I'll roll. You want to roll? Will you roll a will save for Barry?
Yeah.
You roll it.
That would be a 23.
Oh, yeah, just makes it,
You could use a hero point if you want to fail.
It's your character, Jim.
Well, Barry's you. I mean, this is the real Barry. This is not
use
a
a hero
reflection.
point. Can you roll that?
This is Barry.
Can you
Barry.
grab one of those coins for me?
Yeah.
Down to 2 hero points.
22.
Oh, yeah, that just makes
Oh no!
Still
a pass. Barry's too strong mentally.
I'm sorry that my bear is good.
But I loved the histrionic flailing.
Okay.
But it does come now to your turn. So what do you want to do?
That is a great question. I would like to just turn my head like 360 degrees towards Cassio.
Okay.
And
well, right now Cassio is actually hidden because she was at the mirror.
Oh, she's
the
behind
curtain dropped.
it?
She's now behind the curtain, so you don't have line of sight. You know she's behind the curtain, but you don't have line of sight.
Wait, but she has her hands on the mirror?
Yes, because she was turning it to face Penny.
And
So
I
how she-
raised the curtain.
She lowered the curtain.
So the curtain, the mirror is no longer.
Yeah,
in-
both
okay.
Cassio and the
Okay.
mirror are behind the curtain.
Okay. So then I do this towards Fake Con.
Okay.
And the eyes are big and glowing, and then they just narrow, and I smile, and I'm gonna cast Fear.
Fear. Kanshaka, what is your will save bonus?
Probably too much.
15? 15, all right. That is only a 7 on the die, which makes it a 22.
Just say.
There's still an effect of the save. There's still an effect of the success. So
I love this
believe it
character
becomes
so
frightened 1. It'll tell you on the thing.
Yeah, frightened 1.
All right, so that's actually going to lower all of Kanshaka's numbers by 1. So it still has an effect.
Okay. Good. Okay, that is 2 actions, and the mirror is no longer an issue?
Not at the moment.
I will also cast Shield on myself.
Sure, perfect. That actually will give you a bonus to your armor class. Now you can, if something attacks you now, you have the reaction to shield block. You can reduce the damage that you take up to 10 points, at which point the shield pops, and you can't use shield again for an hour after that if it pops.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind, but it is still excellent use of the spell and the turn. We zoom back out and go into mirror time in the mirror realm with the real Kanshaka. You see, you grab this woman's hand and pull her out. Make an athletics check.
Come on, Khan. You're a good boy. You're a good boy, Kanshaka. Not the word fudge. Use that hero point.
Use a hero point.
Come on, Kanshaka.
Come on, chat. We only have 1 left.
Oh, I know. It's a natural 1, my dog.
Oh no, you're trying to pull. You're trying to pull.
We're gonna need him.
I'm trying to pull her out, but this sand, it creates this almost like slick residue. Again, it's exactly like as if you had a bunch of, if you just like were covered in cheap pencil residue, it actually makes her a little bit slippery, and she slipped back, and she slips a little further beneath the desert sands. We zoom back out into the real world. Kanshaka against his friends. It is now. It is now Cassio's turn.
We're struggling.
Cassio is trapped behind this thing with the mirror, and she is frustrated by this. She's actually going to try to rip the curtain down off the place. I'm going to make a roll and see if she can do that. Doesn't succeed. You hear this like ripping and tearing of fabric, and you can see the curtain is like yanking, and you see like the top of it begin to fray, but she isn't able to get it down, and the curtain remains in place. The mirror is not a factor for this round. We move to Penny.
All right. I already loaded and hunted prey.
You do?
So
Yeah.
I
Shoot.
Hero
Hero points.
Let's go.
Let's hope I don't need it.
Oh,
fudge,
you're gonna need it.
I need it.
Come on. 20.
Oh, hi.
Ooh, 15. Okay. 26.
26. That hits Kanshaka. I know enough to know it hits Kanshaka. Deal damage.
Oh, okay. That is... 14.
14 points of damage. Crossbow bolt goes right into Kanshaka's shoulder, and he looks and he says, "Ow! I thought we were supposed to be friends. It's me, Kanshaka. Why would you do that to me?"
Friends don't threaten friends.
That was only one action. I mean, you already had everything ready, so that was just one action. What's next?
All right. And now I'm going to ready my bow again.
Okay, reload.
And utilize Georgie.
Georgie dips in and tries to bite.
Yeah, Georgie does.
All right.
Come on, Georgie. Georgie does a reroll.
Georgie also needs a hero point.
Come on, Georgie.
We're down to 2.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Where's Georgie's thing? Okay. 23.
23. That is a hit on Kanshaka.
Go, Georgie. Go, Georgie.
7. 14.
14 more. Wow, you've really beaten Kanshaka up. He's not feeling good about all that. He gets bitten. He has a crossbow bolt in his shoulder. He's definitely not feeling it. But now it is his turn, and he gets real mad. He gets real mad. And you see, like, first it's like this smoke that billows down and out by his feet that immediately bursts into flame. He shoots up into the air and then shoots down at you like a rocket. And when he lands next to you, he explodes.
What?
I'm going to need another reflex save from you.
What is that?
Kanshaka has all kinds of fun abilities.
I need to play more magic users. That's what I'm learning.
22?
22? What's yours? 23. So that is a failure. Or no, sorry. Yep, it's 23. So that is a failure. All right, this is going to be nasty. Blah, 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 land, dealing 3d4 and 3d6. So the first thing that happens is you take some fire damage. That's going to be 4 plus 4. 8 points of fire damage. Then you're going to take some bludgeoning damage as the shockwave hits you. The shockwave is going to deal an additional 4 plus 4. Another 8 points. So it's 16 points of damage. I think that's it. I think you just take 16 points of damage as this thing just blasts you. It explodes around you. And then he turns back to Barry and he says, "Keep fighting!" And I will have him make another check because Barry might not follow these directions. He's very confused. This is against his nature. What's your bonus?
15.
15. Barry goes to raise a paw and looks back at fake Kanshaka, looks back down at you, puts his paw down and sits. And you can see this almost look of defiance in his face. He just sits down and does nothing.
Good boy, Barry. Yes. Go, Barry.
Vivian, it's your turn.
How bad is Penny looking?
You could make a medicine check to determine that. It would cost 1 action.
I'm having a great
You know, I'll run over Penny and I'll just battle medicine anyway.
Okay.
So that's 2 actions, right?
Sure. You're going to patch her up real quick.
Yeah, real quick. So I have to make a medicine check.
Yes.
Right? Great. That is a 26.
26 is a critical success.
Ooh, so,
I think it's 4d8
It
points.
is 4d8.
Yeah.
Good God.
He runs over and puts some burn cream on all your wounds.
That could have been better, but that is 13 HP.
So she puts some...
No. Sorry. Yes, no, that is correct. 13 HP.
13? All right. So she throws some salves on your wounds real quick and you're feeling a lot better. You have 13 hit points restored immediately.
And I see the curtain moving, right?
Yes.
Can I shoot at the area I see the curtain moving?
Yeah. I would say that you need to make a DC 11 or 10 flat check, which means you need a 10 or higher on the die to target her.
That's a 14.
All right. So yeah, you now make an attack roll.
That is a nat 20.
Oh, critical hit.
And so that is a... So do I roll twice or do I just double?
What do you prefer?
I'll just double.
All right, double it up.
Okay, so that is 10 piercing damage.
10 points of piercing damage. This bolt clean through the fabric of the curtain, and you hear this on the other side. You know you've struck true, and it's bad news for her. Bad news for her. Jolie, Barry has ceased his assault on your person. But Kanshaka looks angry and like he's going to continue. What do you do?
Thank you, Barry. I am going to... my bows start to unravel and fly around me and whirl in a circle, and I'm casting Whirling Scarves.
Whirling Scarves.
Yeah.
What is that going to do?
Well, they give me the benefit of the concealed condition.
Oh, okay. So now anything that's targeting you is
against
gonna have
ranged and melee.
trouble. Okay, great.
So that'll be 2, and then for my third, I will cast Healer's Blessing.
Okay.
My revelation spell on Penny.
On Penny. Okay.
So any healing spells to you add additional 6 HP to that. For at least the next time you get healed.
Nice. All right. So you feel this like weird, like tingly sensation. The next time you're healed, you're gonna get a bunch more HPs back. Now that does
It
activate
does invoke my
your
minor
curse.
curse.
So what
So
happens?
effects that my life force is seeped out of me. My eyes begin to dim a little bit. My life force is seeped out of me to, enhance the health of my friends. And effects that restore HP to me take a status penalty equal to half my level to the number of HP I recover. So just
Okay.
-3 to whatever healing I get.
So you heal less, but Penny heals more
Yes.
as you shift the flow of life force.
Thank you.
Of course.
But don't hurt yourself.
No, I'm protected from my bows.
We return to the mirror realm. Kanshaka, you see this hand outstretched, like just now the hand just above the wrist is visible. If you can't grab her, she might sink away forever.
It's athletics.
Yeah.
It's not a bad roll.
Okay.
It's not a bad roll, but
Okay.
I'm afraid to try better. So don't tell me. It's a 23 total. Do you guys think that's good, or should I try again?
I think that's good.
You think it's good?
Yeah.
Watch this. It's a 23, Jim.
You reach down and you grasp her hand. Oh my god. You feel it start to slip away. But then you redouble your grip.
Ah!
And you yank her out of this.
Yes.
And you fully emerges from beneath this sand, and she's just covered in this weird gray, lead-colored dust. And she says, "Thank you, but we've got to get back. We've got to stop them." Yeah. And she looks towards the shining in the distance. She says, "Run!" And she begins to take off through the sand.
Blues can do, and we
Yes,
can do.
As you begin to run, you can feel the sand begin to suck at your feet as it's trying to drag you down as well. And you can see it's doing the same to her. You're both having trouble moving your bodies as it's trying to pull you down. But the results of that, we'll have to wait until next round as we go back into the real world. The fake woman behind the curtain, who's just been critically struck with a bolt, is not feeling very good, but she has just enough strength to try one more time to rip that curtain down. So from beyond the curtain, she is going to try with all her might to do so. The bolt has made her weak. You hear yet more fraying and ripping. You can see like a part of the curtain is starting to sag. Certainly, at some point, just her body weight is going to pull it down. But for the moment, the mirror remains concealed. And we go to Penny. Kanshaka is right in front of you. His eyes are blazing. He looks like he is going to do his very best to kill you.
I am going to activate my gravity weapon.
Oh, you're going to cast a gravity weapon, eh?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Shoot him.
And shoot him. Oh.
Yes! That's so great. This is 17 on the die.
Yeah, you're gonna hit.
28.
28. Does that hit you,
Hey, a little
Kanshaka?
bit, little bit.
It's
Little
in
bit.
just a little bit, yeah. Roll damage.
Alright. Okay.
The suspense.
19.
19 points of piercing damage on top of what you've already done. How do you think Kanshaka's looking?
Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Kanshaka's looking not good, but he's not looking any less angry. It was 2 actions for Gravity Bow?
1.
1 action for Gravity Bow. 1 action to fire. What's your third action going to be?
Georgie.
Georgie leaps for Kanshaka's throat.
Georgie!
Yes, please, Georgie. Come on. Just 24.
24 is gonna hit Kanshaka.
Thank you, Georgie.
Yeah, they're whooping on you.
As long as his shield's
They're
down,
beating the snot out of you.
8.
8 more points of damage. Kanshaka's taken 65 points of damage. How's he doing?
He's barely standing.
He's barely standing. Georgie bites him on the ankle and tries to rip him to the ground. He almost falls over, but he barely manages to hold on to his feet. And that takes us to his turn. Kanshaka, let's see what we've got looking out here. What are we going to do? I think he is going to... I think he's going to have to reach out towards you, Penny. And he is going to try to shocking grasp you. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Make a melee spell attack roll. So this is going to be against your armor class. Ooh, buddy, that is a 31 to hit.
Yeah.
What's your AC? Okay.
Grabs onto you, and you feel this energy coursing through your body as he electrocutes you. You are going to take 20 points of electricity damage as he just holds onto you for all he's worth. And then when he lets go, he speaks another word, and his hand grows from glowing with electrical energy to a softer silvery glow, and he places a hand on his chest, and you see some of his wounds begin to close just a little bit. But just a little bit, as he restores just a little bit of his hit points back. He still looks really beat up, though. And we move to Vivian.
Come on, Vivian.
I'm within melee of Fate Con, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna first I'm going to devise a stratagem
Against him?
against him.
Okay.
Oh. Why do I always roll 7s for that? Okay, so I'm not gonna use that. And I'm just gonna tail whip him.
Tail whip.
I don't think a 20 hits.
Kanshaka isn't that easy. He nimbly.
How much time do I have left?
What do you mean how much?
We have 3 on the table.
I'm gonna tail whip.
She really wants that tail whip to work.
That tail whip to work.
Really wants it to work.
22.
Meets it, beats it.
Meets it, beats it. You whip Kanshaka.
And my okay. I was like, I'm gonna do it. And then I lost it. I know that I have a sweep. So he's gonna take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it has the sweep trait. So
That means that if you were to attack another target, you would get a +1 bonus to the next target that you attack. Like you sweep it in like an arc. You know?
see, my brain was like, sweep the leg.
Oh, yeah. You could make a trip attempt if you want next round, which is an attack, but instead of trying to deal damage, you're trying to trip him. It goes against
devised
his...
a stratagem.
Yes.
And then I attacked. Could I do the trip now?
You could. It would still be at the -5 because tripping has the attack trait, but you could try it.
I'm feeling saucy.
Feeling saucy.
Doesn't hurt.
I just realized I'm using the wrong. I'm using the wrong modifier.
No.
Let me see what this is. Shoot, it would be a 19.
It's close. Well,
-5.
yeah, I assume your reflex DC is higher than 19, which
My
is 10
reflex?
10 plus your reflex.
Yes.
There, yeah. All right. So unfortunately, it was good.
So good.
I gotta tell you, I've never been more proud of my character than seeing the 3 of you try to kill it.
It would be a little insulting if you overcame him too easily. You know?
Yeah.
He's gotta make a good showing for himself.
Well, just
but
as
still,
Vivian has realized she has not been using her modifier correctly, neither have
I
I.
know.
Probably could have critted you, maybe. But it's okay, we're moving on.
It's
We live and we learn, you know.
so painful hitting
Exactly.
Khan. He just not. at your best.
Right?
You will be next turn, though.
Oh, I will be prepared next time around.
Jolie, it is your turn.
It is my turn. Well, first, I am going to cast another revelation spell of Life Link.
Oh.
And I can target 2 creatures, so I will target both Penny and Vivian.
Okay.
So that some of my light from my eyes just sort of connects to each of you. So when I first cast a spell, you will recover 3d4 plus 6. So 4, 6, 10. 16 to you, 10 to you. I don't think you've been hit.
I have not.
And then for the first time each round that the target takes damage, reduce the damage by 5, and then I would take those 5.
Okay.
So that is 1 action, and also my curse is advanced. So I have a moderate curse. Where is it? Da-da-da! The flow of life energy away from you can't be reversed. In addition to the effects of my minor curse, I cannot be healed by magical effects originating from other creatures. But unless I'm unconscious, then I go get 1 HP. But potions, etc., will still work.
Oof.
But I can heal myself.
Oh, you can heal yourself. You just other people can't heal.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. And you take reduced healing anyway. So.
Yes. And so my other 2 actions.
Yes.
My eyes are going to continue to glow bright, and my mouth is going to just drop wide, and all of the light expanding from my eyes is going to be swallowed into my mouth. And I am casting Swallow Light.
Yeah.
And it says attempt a counteract check against the light effect. What does that mean?
It means you're trying to dispel it.
Okay, it was my own light spell.
Right.
So do I have to do something for that?
No, you don't counteract your own spell. Yeah.
Okay, if you successfully counteract it, I gain a breath weapon of chilling shadows I can use for the next minute.
Okay, so it gives you the ability to. Yeah, I'm fine with it because it's your own. You're not really going to counteract your own light spell.
Right.
So sure, that's fine. We'll just roll with it for funsies.
Okay. I
like
swallowed
it.
my light.
Plus, just the image is very cool. Like just eating the light from your own eyes. Like what a weird, creepy thing. I love it.
Especially from a puppet.
Yeah.
I would just like to say now that I've added my unarmed attack, there should have been an additional 3 damage to that tail attack. Just saying. Big moves here.
Big move. Well, those are big moves, actually. I mean, like, honestly, a lot of that damage will add up. But I'm not going to retcon the 3 damage.
I'm just letting you know that it should have been
I'll
more.
I'll think about how it should have been more, but not add that to my sheet.
That's fine.
We go back out into the mirror realm, and you are running. But the sand itself seems to be trying to prevent your escape. I need you to make either an athletics check to just try to power through, or you could choose acrobatics to try to be more nimble and just try to, just slip through their grasp.
Athletics is slightly better.
Athletics.
A hero point.
A hero boy.
That was 2. You know what? I'm using a different die. F this.
Kanshaka.
For the love of Christmas!
It's better.
It is better.
Technically.
It's 15, even with that.
15.
Though.
You are starting to get mired, bogged down in the sands. Now,
SAT words.
you may have a little bit of hope because perhaps your new companion can help you. Why don't you roll me another d20, and let's see how she does as she's running through the sands.
That's a 7.
7. You're both getting bogged down, mired in the sands. You realize that unless you can pull yourself up, you will both just sink below, and who knows what happens to you after that.
I gotta tell you, without Barry Konchak, it's not awesome.
Not awesome.
Not awesome at all.
It is now back out into the real world. And Our Lady Cassio behind the curtain is going to make one final attempt to rip it down
we
and see
have
if she
one
can
more
expose
left?
any of the rest of you to the mirror. Gosh, I cannot roll well for her at all. No, she rips the curtain down a little bit further, but I cannot get it down, and she is struggling. She's bleeding. She's not a combatant. She's not a warrior, and she's already taken a severe punishment for the day. She's just not doing very well. But that's really good for you guys, because fighting a Penny would probably not go well for anybody. Penny, it is your turn.
Ooh. We need some more hero points, please.
Well bet.
Yes. So where are we? I need to.
The last thing you did was have Georgie attack.
Before that, did I ready my bow?
You cast a gravity weapon, and then you shot him, and then you had Georgie make an attack.
I
So
did
your bow
not
is
yet.
currently unloaded.
So I will load that thing.
You load it up.
Oh shoot!
The crossbow fires one more time.
23.
23 meets it. Or no, it's one above.
Beats it.
That's it. You got him. Point blank shots to the face.
14.
14 points of damage. Kanchaka's taken 79 points of damage. How's he doing?
Down.
He's down. He falls to the ground. And you can see like cracks forming in his skin. And it's not blood coming out, but this like gray, silver, almost like mercury is flowing out of the wounds. And he's on the ground. He's dying. It would be his turn, but he's dying. You see his body, like the cracks spread out, and then like his face shatters, and this giant puddle of mercury ooze just like flows out of him, and he stops twitching and stops moving. The rest of his body starts to crumble, and pretty soon you are looking at just like this puddle of silvery metallic liquid and a pile of like shards of Kanshaka. That's it.
Yes.
We'll stay in initiative order just for a little bit longer because you still have 2 actions left. You know that this lady is behind the mirror and she's been
No, I
trying to
won.
rip it down.
I won.
You have 1 action left. You know this lady's been trying to expose the rest of you to the mirror, see if she can bring more of her fake friends into the world. You have 1 action left. What do you do?
I am going to move behind her.
Okay. Now currently she's behind the curtain, so you can't see, but you know. Like,
Right, but I kind of
you're just
more or
gonna,
less
try to
like
get-
where that way I'm
Right.
not in front of the mirror.
Gotcha,
I'll be
understood.
behind
So you're going
it.
to try to avoid that. So if the curtain falls,
Mhm.
gotcha, understood. Good, smart thinking. Vivian.
I will devise a stratagem.
Okay.
Okay. That would be.
I would say that just so you're aware,
Yeah.
you know that again, like she's not like you guys.
Okay.
She's not an adventurer. She's just a lady who's
Then
caught up in some shit.
I will use that roll. I will load my crossbow.
Okay.
And I will use that roll. Will a 21 hit her?
It would. The only thing is you just need to make that DC 10 flat check because she's behind a curtain. You can't actually see her.
It's a 3.
Would be yeah. You fire into the curtain. You can use a hero point on a flat check.
Yeah.
Sure, go for it.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna use
Yeah.
final hero point. That's a 15 on the die.
15 on the dice, so the bolt strikes true.
So that is 5 points of damage on the crossbow, with an additional 6 strategic strike damage.
All right, you pierce through her. You hear that cry from the other hand, and then you hear this sound like cracking glass. And a moment later, like from beneath the edge of the curtain, you see like this like flow of this mercury liquid.
Well, we're still missing our friend, so.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
You. What are. Jolie, are you alright?
Yes. God! I'm gonna close my eyes and get behind the curtain.
You're gonna close your eyes, you go behind the curtain. You're feeling your way around. There's all this weird, like, sticky liquid that you're, like, crawling through, and then you bump up against the frame of the mirror.
Oh, back up. God, can you hear me?
Back in the mirror. You hear distant on the wind. God, can you hear me? You're sinking down beneath the sands. So is Cassio. What do you do?
First thing I do is beg our lovely viewers for some hero points. My name is Lamar. I'm playing the actual Kanshaka. My dice are trash. Help me. And then Khan is going to try to free himself.
Okay.
It's the whole airplane, oxygen first, then help other people. What is it, athletics?
Yep.
22?
22. You managed to rip yourself free.
I'm going to try to help her as well.
Okay. Since we're out of combat, we're not going round by round anymore. I'm going to resolve this. Let's just go for it, okay? You rip yourself free, you pull her up out of the sand. You can keep going. She's struggling to keep up with you, but she's doing her best. She's just not built like an adventurer. She's just a regular person. You realize as you're going that you could probably get there. She's struggling so much that she needs your help to get out. If you just left her, you could make it. If you want to try to help her, you need to roll a check here at a penalty because she's dragging you down. You got to make this decision. Does Kanshaka bolt for the real world and leave her behind? Or do you try to help her as she's struggling not to get sucked down by these graphite sands?
What kind of hero would Kanshaka be to Barry if he let someone die?
Hey, you got to think about Barry and what Barry would want.
27.
You basically grab her, lift her up over your shoulder, and fireman carry her, and you are just bolting for the real world, all right? These sands are reaching for you, grabbing you, trying to drag you down, but all you can think about is getting back to Barry, because you know that he might be in trouble. So you push forward, you push forward, you push forward. And just as you're getting, you can actually now see the mirror frame. That was the reflected light, and through it, you can see the real world. You can see the curtain. You can see Jolie is like, close her eyes and she's playing around and she's calling out into the mirror for you. And that is when this like tendril mass of this mercury substance bursts up out of the sand, reaches for you and tries to wrap itself around your waist in one final bid to drag you down into the muck. I need you to make a reflex save.
He's going to stall for 1 hero point.
Stall for a hero point.
Stall? No, it's okay, guys.
Hero point!
It's not a bad roll.
I know, it's true.
24.
24 is a success.
Yeah!
First free, and just as this thing is trying to catch you, you leap forward through the mirror onto the other side. You get tangled up in this curtain that's all right on the other side. You have you have Cassio still on your shoulder, and you basically like roll across on the other side of the curtain. Jolie, you feel all of this happen. So you, imagine, crawl out from under the curtain, leaving the mirror on one side, and all of you safely on the other.
Hey guys, I found her.
Is this the real one? Are you real with it? What did we say we would? What kind of magic we would not use here?
For some reason, fire.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, we're real. We're real. Did you take care of the mirror versions?
Yeah, the curtain. I'm gonna feel for the curtain and try to just throw it over the mirror.
Yeah, it's already covered. It's still covered, so it hasn't been
properly
disturbed.
covered. Yeah. Okay.
So, oh my gosh, I don't know how that happened. Thank you for coming and getting. I got sucked into the mirror, and then I don't know what happened after that. But if you hadn't come along, I would have been trapped there forever. I mean, thank you.
Is the fake Cassio still?
Yeah, like you can actually just see, like you know, Vivian shot dead the Cassio that was on that side of the mirror. Like you've seen like the pieces. Like you can like sort of sweep them out from behind the curtain, and like they're there. And this new Cassio is like, she's like covered in this weird, like both Kanshaka and she are like covered in this sooty, grainy dust.
You came in here earlier with Reginald first, yes?
No, I'm the only one who's been down here. It was just me. Are you saying that other people have been in here?
Well, we
Wait,
saw
are you
the
saying
painting.
that you saw me bring other people in here?
Yes.
Oh no, Bolt.
And as you all have that sudden realization, the untold number of people have been in here since Cassio went missing. That is where we will end our adventure and our season for the evening. Thank you all for playing, and thank you all for watching. Boy, did those hero points come in handy.
Boy, did those hero points come in handy.
You guys need those hero
we still
points
had one
down
left.
to the last.
We had one.
We begged for.
Oh my gosh.
Jim,
Yes?
if I didn't make that roll, would Kanshaka be dead?
Well, I don't know that you die beneath the sands.
We would
But would
be here a
Kanshaka have
little
reemerged from
longer.
the mirror? Odds are looking bad.
Oh man, an untethered berry.
Untethered Barry.
Your character's just Barry now.
Barry trying to get revenge.
I would have
That
done
was
Barry.
awesome because Penny almost just took the mirror and slammed it down to the ground.
Shatter the mirror with Kanshaka still on the other side. Might have been the only way to save the world.
With the information you had, good plan.
Honestly, we've got a hero point.
All right, all you. Let's check in with chat and see how they were doing while all this was happening. Hi, chat.
Wow, that's a lot.
Good lord.
Charles So says 30. She can see its atoms. I imagine that was for one of the better perception checks of the evening, indeed.
Oh, maybe when I stared into the amulet. Maybe.
Yeah.
The real POTUS says, the advice I give all my players, when encountering any magical jewelry or clothing, try it on immediately.
Always
Look,
immediately.
it turned out great.
It was fine.
It was fine.
Nothing bad happened. We had so many hero points that I was like, I'm just gonna start doing stuff.
Yeah.
Look, I say you go
loved
back to the
it.
main room and start making wishes on that crowbar. You know, obviously nothing bad can happen.
Nothing bad can happen. It's Lucas Martinez says, Khan is in the upside down. There's no bears in the upside down.
It's true.
There was no bears, and that was
How
the
dare
most
you
frightening
give
part.
him the get out?
Alex Rogue, hi Diana, had a different theory. She said you were in Pleasantville. That's where that's the mirror realm is just the desert Pleasantville.
Any world without a bear is not pleasant.
Official Paizo. We gave Jim Jam so many good evil books.
It's true. I do have so many good evil books.
Oh, thank you, Official Paizo. Oh, God.
Yes.
It's Lucas Martinez says anti-Kanshaka is dressed as a polar bear.
Oh my gosh.
I am Shaka Khan. F bears.
Lemon, I agree. Pets should never die.
Well,
yes.
I'm just saying,
Yes.
if pets can make me die, then I'd be able to make pets die. That's the way it works.
No.
I don't like that. Jared says, clap twice if you need help.
Everybody needed help today.
Yes, it did.
Gabe Ruiz says, that's one weird puppet.
What do you mean?
weird. She was very helpful today. She was healing people.
I didn't even spit out my shadows.
I know. That was the only. I wish I'd have gotten to see what that looked like. Unfortunately.
You can imagine.
Also, I was actually really, really fine. My max hit points are 80. So.
Oh yeah, you were fine the whole
Pretty
time.
solid.
80?
Yes.
Good God.
Yeah,
Mine are also massive
What was the
because
lowest
I
you got
can
down
lose
to?
hit points really easily.
I was like minus like 22.
Yeah.
I know you were fine.
And it was like
I can
So
tell you
got to
that.
out of 80, it was like
It
that's
was
fine.
it was not that dangerous with just Kanshaka, but if I'd gotten the mirror out and you had an anti-penny,
Oh my god.
then that would have been bad news. That would have been bad news because Kanshaka with a major damage dealer on the field,
And without real penny.
Yeah.
it would have been bad times.
Let me just say how proud I am of Fake Shocker for lasting as long as he can.
He's beefy.
Konchak is beefy.
Shocker is a big boy. But speaking of big boys, want to make sure we give shout out to all those great hero points.
Oh yes.
Came in super clutch towards the end. Let's not even pretend I can read that. Anyone want us to do
I'll
that?
go through them,
Thank
or
you.
unless somebody else wants to, but I can go through them.
Let's go back and forth.
Okay, great. Joe the Shark NYC gave a hero point.
Zito or Zito Raven gave a hero point.
Eric 5, give it her a point.
The real POTUS 98 gave a hero point.
Brian Ivan tossed a coin to Lamar.
Thank you.
Zito Raven gave another hero point.
Dub 8988.
Dub.
Dub.
Okay.
That's how I hear it.
Thank you for all those hero points. They definitely needed all of them. That was intense.
That was crazy.
Gabe Ruiz 9 said good Barry. I imagine when Barry came to his senses and stopped attacking his real friends.
Yes. Good boy.
Always FX. Such a great story tension. Loving it.
I thought that worked out really well.
It was.
This was really fun.
It was really
was.
fun.
It was a good time.
Adam Kim Bolton says she hits the mirror, shatters it, and Kanshaka is stuck in there forever.
Forever.
I was really prepared to lose this character. As soon as you pulled
it was close call at the end
Well,
there.
we did establish earlier today that if you die in the game, you die in real
That's
life.
true.
So
Die in the game, you die in real life.
that's
That's
what
over.
happened.
I hope you have your affairs in order,
I
Lamar.
have so much more pizza to consume.
Brian Ivan said burn it. I don't know what we were burning, but I
No burning.
Each other, apparently.
Eccentricin?
eccentric,
Texas?
I think.
Eccentric in Texas.
Maybe it's just maple syrup.
That is
First time
for their
chat?
first time in the chat. Hey, eccentric in Texas. We're glad you made it into the
Nice.
chat.
It was not maple syrup.
Well, it was a good adventure. I had a lot of fun. I hope you all had a lot of fun. I hope you out there watching had a lot of fun. And now we're gonna have one last little bit of fun before we close out the season by giving away these excellent digital prizes from Paizo. Before I announce who won, I will tell you that if your name is called and you are the winner, what you're going to do is have your Paizo.com account made and ready. It's free on Paizo.com if you don't already have one. And you're going to need to get at us with the email address that you used to make that account. That is how you are going to claim your digital prize. You can message us at the DaTNetwork across any of the socials, or you can message Paizo directly. Just tell them that you won and we'll confirm it for you and you'll be good to go. They'll put those digital prizes right in your account for you. We'll start with the Pathfinder Beginner Box. And the person who is going to win that is Eric Mulder. Congratulations, Eric. Again, just message us with that Paizo.com account email and you will be able to claim the digital Pathfinder Beginner Box. And the last prize, the Kingmaker Bundle, Huzzah! Is going to Keith Pruitt. Keith! Again, to claim that prize, Paizo.com account and the email associated with it, and you will be able to get those prizes shortly. We're super glad that Paizo was able to give out those prizes for you guys. They have been supporting us the entire way, making this show possible. Make sure that if you liked this show, you let Paizo know how much fun you had so that they will want to continue having more fun with all of us in the future. We love each and every one of you. Happy holidays to all of you. Thank you so much for watching. These last 2 seasons have been a blast. Hopefully, 2023 will just bring more fun and adventures for all of us and beyond. Thank you and good night. Goodbye, everybody.